allocation that is best for you and your goals. Another key factor is that all of our employees are owners in the trust company through an employee stock ownership plan. So we have no interest in being acquired, and more importantly, we have a vested interest in seeing our clients as happy as we are. Are you ready for a better experience? Contact us at the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company or the Naples Trust Company. Visit sancaptrustco.com to discover the difference.
Not FDIC insured. All investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Are you looking to build a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall? Hello, I'm Jimmy Williamson of Williamson Brothers Marine Construction. My brother Joe and I, along with our children, represent the fourth generation of a tradition that began with my grandfather back in 1967. And it's a tradition of building something that you can be proud to put your name on. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. Our docks, boat lifts, and seawalls are constructed with materials that pass the test of time. We only use stainless steel fasteners, marine-grade aluminum boat lifts, and the strongest deck board in the industry, Wear Deck. It's the last deck board you'll ever need. And lastly, our seawalls. We build them with enough concrete and steel that they come with a lifetime warranty. If you need a boat dock, boat lift, or a seawall, call Williamson Brothers at 844-WB-BUILT. We're online at WBDocks.com. That's WBDocks.com.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Right here. We'll have two presidents today. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump has 6 more hours on the job.
We did what we came here to do, and so much more.
And then Joe Biden will be sworn in.
Let us shine the lights in the darkness along the sacred pool of reflection. Remember all whom we lost.
The president-elect last night at a memorial for the 400,000 people who died from the coronavirus in the U.S. In addition to his farewell video, President Trump also issued pardons and commutations to more than 140 people.
President Trump has given a pardon to his former chief strategist, Steve Bannon. Bannon's accused of bilking donors out of $1 million. Those people thought they were giving money to help build the president's promised border wall.
Fox's Jill Nato, rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black also got pardons. Now, the president will leave the White House in 2 hours, then fly to his resort in Florida. 4 hours after that, his replacement takes over.
This is the 8th inauguration I've been to, and never before have I seen the level of security, the lack of thousands of Americans out here on the mall where I am, flags standing in the way. And so in just hours after going to Mass, Joe Biden will be sworn in as the 46th president.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. Later today, President Biden will sign a bunch of executive orders mandating mask wearing on federal property in this COVID crisis, urging Americans to wear them everywhere, and re-engage with the World Health Organization. He'll start the process of rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, end the Trump travel ban on mostly Muslim countries, and cut off funding for border wall construction. Back to the inauguration security 2 weeks after the deadly Capitol attack. More than 20,000 National Guard troops are in place, but 12 were removed after FBI vetting.
If there's any identification or anything whatsoever that needs to be looked into, out of an abundance of caution, we automatically pull those personnel off the line.
National Guard Chief General Dan Hokanson. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. There's a crash at Colonial Boulevard and State Road 82. This is slowing traffic on 82 heading towards Colonial. If you're heading out from Lehigh Acres, really give yourself just a couple extra minutes. Also, slow down on Buckingham Road heading west towards MLK Boulevard. I-75 is still up to speed, so that's always some great news. However, if you're in Collier County, I am seeing busy traffic on Golden Gate Parkway. This is heading east towards 951. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Chilly start, nice and comfortable for your Wednesday afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-70s and dry with sunshine and high clouds mixing in. Back down into the 40s and 50s for your Thursday morning. High clouds will be streaming in with some sunshine for your Thursday afternoon with highs in the 70s. Warming trend for the weekend, upper 70s, lower 80s, Saturday towards Sunday, and really feeling that warmth into the early part of next week as winds crank up on Monday. A few tiny stray showers Sunday through Tuesday, but nothing too significant as we will be tracking a cold front by late next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Remember, customize and save with Liberty Mutual Insurance Company. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
We've been waiting for COVID-19 vaccines to be developed. Now, waiting for them to get to us. But you can do more than wait. You have powerful ways to help slow the spread right now and protect your family and loved ones, too. Here's how. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. It's risky to be indoors with them, too. And, of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports masks protect the people who wear them and folks around them. And wash your hands using soap and water for 20 seconds. And do it frequently. Vaccines won't make COVID go away overnight, but they give us a real chance to finally overcome it. As long as we keep watching our distance, wearing our masks, and washing our hands.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It's the 54th Annual Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th, in 2 great locations. On land at the Naples Airport and in water at the Naples City Dock. Check out nearly 150 exhibitors from around the world with boats of every type and style, from flats boats, center console and bay boats, to cabin cruisers, yachts, and mega yachts. Plus, check out the great deals on a wide variety of accessories, equipment, gear, and services for boaters at the Nautical Market, as well as food trucks and fun kids activities all weekend long. There's something for everyone at the Naples Boat Show, Thursday, January 21st to Sunday, January 24th. On land at South Terminal parking at the Naples Airport and in water at Naples City Dock. Enjoy free parking and shuttle transportation to and from the Naples Airport and Naples City Dock. Kids are free with a paid accompanying adult. For more information or to buy tickets in advance, log on to naplesboatshow.org. Hosted by the Marine Industries Association of Collier County.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you are here. Thank you for joining us today. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. And we stream live. If you want to watch, you certainly can do that on Facebook, facebook.com/925 Fox News, and also at Drew Steele Radio, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Both locations will get you there. First of all, Jake, good morning. How are you doing today? Are you ready? It's just hours away. We are from a new day, a new time, a new era, a new moment, a new history, a new I don't know how many more news, how many more things can we talk about here? Are you prepared for everything that's going to take place today?
No.
Okay. There you go. It's interesting when you have an opportunity to go down memory lane and kind of go back and remember some of the finer points, some of the things that were going on at different times when it comes to the inaugurations of the past. And one of the things I wanted to make sure that we do today as we start the program is I want to make sure that you know that the president gave a farewell address, and I want to make sure that you hear it in its entirety. It's 20 minutes long, and I was hoping that we could do it. And I would love to be able to do that, but certainly because of time constraints here at the station, we want to play portions of it. That's the way we'll do it today. So for those that would like to hear it, I certainly agree with you that the president's farewell speech should be heard in its entirety. Unfortunately, because of time constraints here, that's tough for us to do. But we will give you portions of it, and I think it's very important that we do that. I think it's also important that we recognize a couple of other things this morning that are very critical. One would be how inaugurations have been in the past, and recognizing that there are certain things that maybe we forget about. As time passes by, we forget. Did you know, for example, I'm looking at this right now. Did you know there are Democrats that are boycotting the inauguration? Well, look at this. More than 50 House Democrats have declared that they are going to boycott. The number increasing throughout the weekend and up to today. And 52 members of Congress have announced they're not going to attend. Oh, Trump's inauguration. Okay. I saw the headline and I left a couple of parts out there. Yeah. Did you know that at the time, 52 members of Congress announced they were not going to attend the inauguration of Donald Trump? Now, I know that there are people that are upset about the fact that, you got to let bygones be bygones, and the president should have gone to the inauguration, and the vice president's going to be there. And even the vice president wasn't part of any kind of farewell for the president as he leaves office. And dare I say, there are some that would make the case that it is frustrating that since the moment that the president was announcing down the golden escalator that he was going to run, right up until, I don't know, what time is it? He's been under investigation. Clearly, the talk of, a president that should not have been in office, a stolen election, all the things that we know about. And look, on a day like today, we should be looking at and transitioning and saying unity, the American United, Joe Biden slogan that somehow we're supposed to believe, but yet we have seen not one single stitch of evidence to suggest that Democrats, the media, or quite frankly, the left wants any part of it. There's a big difference between unity, uniting, and coming together, and being compelled to do what we tell you to do or else, which seems to be the case. And as we talk about the stifling of free speech, which we know about, we're going to get into today. We need to get into some of the policies that are coming up and what we need to be ready for. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart is going to join us at 8 a.m. And oh boy, do I have a lot of questions about that, because I know there's going to be a discussion about bringing everybody together, compromise with the other side, and doing what they say is not compromise. You will do or else. I wonder how far Republicans right now are willing to go. We're going to talk about Mitch McConnell and his comments yesterday, who clearly has made the decision that Trump supporters, it's your fault that we're in this situation, and the Senate's prepared to come together. Thanks, Mitch McConnell. Thanks for that. We appreciate it. And so on a day where you're going to be told today that there should be unity, it's Inauguration Day, and what we should be doing, I might make the case that I want to hear from the president's farewell. I want to hear from you, 239-479-5592. I'm not saying that there should not be unity in this country, but I am saying that if we're going to be honest, and let's stop playing games, let's be completely honest. There is clearly one side that has been looking at unity for the longest time, the benefits that the president's policies have been able to give all Americans every place, across the board, and where the left in this country has no interest in it. I can give you one perfect example. I can give you many perfect examples, but I just wanted to start with this. When it comes to Inauguration Day 2021, and what we're told is going to be a beautiful situation, I mean, it's going to be like nothing you've ever have seen before. CNN and David Chalain, who's trying to explain to people when you actually look out at the Washington Monument and the display across the reflecting pool and what you see. And how did he describe it? It's
on display tonight was so stark. I mean, those lights that are just shooting out from the Lincoln Memorial along the reflecting pool. It's like almost extensions of Joe Biden's arms embracing America.
Joe Biden's arms embracing America. Hey, if there's an inauguration and nobody shows up, was there actually an inauguration? Isn't that like a joke? Right? If it's a bear poops in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, does it actually do it? Wait, I'm not really good at that stuff. Jake, how does that go? If it's a tree falling. If the tree falls in the woods, does the bear? It's got nothing to do with a bear. There are no bears. I mean, there's bears in the woods, but the analogy has nothing to do with bears. All right, it's a kind of. Am I a little off on that?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. The point is, you know how the media is going to fawn over Joe Biden. You know how it's going to be a new day, how it's going to be refreshing. And may I remind everybody of how everything started out with the president of the United States, who's still the president for at least another 6 hours, and how it started out for him. I'm not suggesting there was like incitements of violence or anything like that, because that would be really rude.
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Well, there was that moment. Remember Madonna? Remember that whole thought about doing that, and how there were questions, and how the FBI was like, "Hey, wait a second, can we ask you some questions?" And that kind of thing. The non-incitement of violence in the past when Trump was inaugurated. I'm just putting that out there because you're going to hear a whole lot about how you incited violence. How you, as a supporter, incited violence. I'm sorry, but on a day when we should be coming together, when we should be unified, there's one side that wants absolutely no part of it. Mitch McConnell wants absolutely no part of you. Mitch McConnell wants no part of anything except for keeping power, trying to cling on to power, meeting up with Chuck Schumer to try to figure out how together they can do even more to, well, I don't know, you can fill in the blank, to cement, to fortify the swamp. I mean, the comments yesterday, in case you missed it, and yes, we're going to play portions of the president's farewell address because they're important. The president, you cannot, I'm sorry, for those of you who are listening who want to move on from the president as a person, have enough of the tweets, they feel like you can take a breath now, it's a new day, all the things that he did wrong. If you want to be in that space, then please be in that space, but at least admit that the policies, certainly pre-COVID, and what the president has been able to accomplish in 4 years with all the things that we know about the headwinds that he was going against, please at least admit the positive. You can't throw it all out because you have a problem with the human being, right? Oh, well, a lot of you, well, some of you can. Because that has to continue. Those policies, the things that we see that work, the things that we see that are good, that strengthen this country, are going to have to be kept. And if you're Mitch McConnell and you're saying that you can't keep it because you got to throw it all out because you were part of the problem, here's a little bit of Mitch McConnell from the Senate floor yesterday.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
Can you give us the evidence? Like, where's the proof of that? Where's the exact evidence that would show that certainly this president was provoking? There were others that were doing it. I don't know who he's talking about. The others, probably Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley, calling them out there on the Senate floor, I would assume. Or maybe there's others that we don't know about yet, but we're going to find out about. But again, when you have Mitch McConnell who is making the suggestion that you were lied to and the president was provoking, we got problems, right? Because I'm assuming that now that also encompasses everything that he stood for, that was helping to strengthen this country, and the policies that he moved forward that we thought that swamp members and Mitch McConnell and others who were riding coattails when he was doing great, all of a sudden now, no, we can't have that. That I just want to know where that proof is, and we just don't have it.
And they tried to use fear and violence to stop a specific proceeding of the first branch of the federal government, which they did not like. But we pressed on. We stood together and said an angry mob would not get veto power over the rule of law in our nation.
Okay, so the angry mob, I can't think of one single person that looked at the mob and the angry mob that was there in the Capitol and said, yeah, that was good. No, nobody. Absolutely not. One single person thought that was good. But again, you're going to hear a lot about how those individuals speak for every single one of you. And that means that we also have to throw away and get rid of those policies. We're going to have to rethink. We're going to have to unify and come together, which means that the Republicans are going to acquiesce and they're going to do what they usually do, which is the spineless jellyfish that they are, unfortunately, most of them, although there are some that are fighting, very few. And so now we're going to get back to that. So that's what we have from Mitch McConnell. And I just wonder if you are listening to Mitch McConnell and you think the same thing. 239-479-5592. I mean, it's a new day, Inauguration Day. Here we go. And Joe Biden's going to be the next president of the United States. And we need to talk about the policies that he wants to move forward. But certainly we have the right to say there are a lot of people that have been saying things. Here's another thing. James Comey, I guess, was in an interview. And Jonathan Turley wrote this. It was Zero Hedge that published it. It was an interview this week from James Comey. He thinks that the whole pee-pee tape thing is real. And he's also saying that, quote, the Republican Party needs to be burned down. It's just not a healthy political organization. Hey, is that inciting violence? Do we get to talk about that individual inciting violence? Do we get to, as a public citizen, get to go after him and question that? And there are going to be individuals that will do that. There are elected officials that have incited violence. Will we get to hear from them? Will we get comments from them at all? Or is this George in Fort Myers?
Yes, it is.
Hey, good morning, George. Your thoughts on today on this Inauguration Day 2021?
Yeah, just listening to President Trump's exit speech last night, if you read between the lines, I think we're going to see something really unusual happen to this country with all the military there.
Okay. What is that? What are you suggesting, sir?
Well, I think half of Washington is in China's pocket, and Trump has known this for a long time.
Well, there's going to be, there's no doubt, and George, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. There's no doubt that there are going to be issues with regard to the president's knowing about what is going on with China and the efforts that he has made, even leading to the end of his presidency, to show and to stop China from certain businesses, Chinese military businesses, the trading of on Wall Street and different questions. Of course, that was squashed and that was put away quickly because, there are some that don't have a problem with that. And there are people, and Gordon Chang is one that we've talked to many occasions, and the true real threat of China to this country and how we have acquiesced to China way too often and what that means. And it's going to be up to the Biden administration now to decide, and it's going to be up to very tough, strong Republicans, if they exist, to push back on anything that's going to do with this new administration helping China moving forward. And we'll see. We'll see where we are. All right, 239-479-5592. Let's take a break. When we come back, let's do this. The Trump farewell address, let's play portions of that so you can hear it. And we'll comment on that. Get your thoughts on today, Inauguration Day 2021. And also some other things, not only Mitch McConnell and what he said yesterday, but this idea of incitement and how they're going to go after Donald Trump as a private citizen now. I wonder how many we went after elected officials like Maxine Waters and others who clearly were inciting. I know I can't say that, but I can play the audio and then have you decide. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash at Colonial and State Road 82 is not backing up traffic as of right now, but if you're heading through, lots of extra caution. We're still good to go on Colonial Boulevard, west of 82, all the way to McGregor Boulevard. However, there is a delay on Fowler heading south of Winkler towards Colonial. Best way to get around this slowdown, US 41 or even Metro Parkway. Normal morning rush underway on Daniels Parkway, already beginning heading west of Treeline to the interstate. The trip to the Minute Traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start with 40s and 50s, a high temperature of 76 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon as we are dry with sunshine and a mixture of high clouds. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Wall Street was positive Tuesday. The Dow finished up about 116 points. The S&P up 31. The Nasdaq closed up by nearly 200. Netflix has hit a milestone, driving its stock prices up by 12% in after-hours trading Tuesday.
Netflix signed up a record 37 million subscribers last year and had a total of nearly 204 million users when the year finished up. A strong performance from the series The Crown and The Queen's Gambit helped boost Netflix growth. And currently, Netflix has more than 500 titles in post-production or ready to launch. Hillary Barsky, Fox News.
And Aldi is trying to inspire its workers to get the COVID vaccine. The grocery store chain announced it will give up to 4 hours of pay to U.S. employees who get their shots. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
With the new president, so much is happening in Washington. Now, millions are turning to Newsmax TV, your trusted news source. They're going online to Newsmax.com for breaking news and downloading the free Newsmax app on their smartphones. Newsmax TV is on all major cable systems. If you don't get Newsmax, call your cable operator or watch it free on Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Xumo, Pluto, and smart TVs like Samsung and LG. Newsmax is real news for real people. Start watching today.
True relief for back and neck pain. In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Lace up those running shoes, Southwest Florida. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention is January 30th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Visit runsignup.com and search Busey Bank to enter. Long sleeve dry fit shirt included with $25 registration fee. Go to runsignup.com and search Busey Bank. Proceeds support Drug House Odyssey and local SAD clubs. The Busey Bank Family Run for Prevention, January 30th at JC Park in Cape Coral. Sponsored by Busey Bank, Alufab USA, Lee Health, and Lee County Sheriff's Department.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from. all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
We're honest and true, and we're here to serve you. The National Exterminators.
Living in Southwest Florida, we get lots of unexpected visitors, like your cousin Ernie from Poughkeepsie, whose family shows up for an extended stay.
Surprise!
But the most unwelcome of all visitors are the bugs and pests who want to make your house their home. And that's where National Exterminators comes in. Things like termites and rodents can cause extensive damage, but National Exterminators is a great way to protect your investment. They've been locally owned for over 40 years, so they know what it takes to keep the Southwest Florida pests at bay. With service plans priced at $46. So call 239-46-NO-BUG and let National Exterminators get rid of your unexpected visitors. As for Cousin Ernie, unfortunately, you're on your own there. Call 239-46-NO-BUG or visit pestcontrolmadeeasy.com.
National Exterminators.
Restrictions may apply.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm Alan with Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions. My 6 years of service to my country taught me a lot about integrity, trust, and getting the job done and getting it done right. I have integrated much of my Army training into the business. And I mean integrated. I'm actually standing here recording in my fatigues. I understand that it may seem that there are more pest control companies than bugs, but our company is very different. A lot of pest control companies are what we call spray jockeys. You see bugs, and they just come and spray. You see more bugs, so they spray more. My team's approach consists of understanding what's causing the bugs to come in. Sometimes it's something as simple as caulking or patching holes. Spraying is not always the answer. If you're tired of the spray jockeys and want real pest control solutions, call us, Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions, today at 595-4867. That's 595-4867. Now serving Marco, Naples, Bonita, and Estero.
It's a resolution solution.
Fort Myers Mitsubishi has the solution to your resolution. Bring in any trade, regardless of condition, and get $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for it. So you can drive home your new Mitsubishi today. Drive away in a new 2021 Outlander Sport with standard safety features like forward collision mitigation, automatic high beams, lane keep assist, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, starting from $18,990. That's just $18,990 for a brand new Outlander Sport with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And make your credit worries a thing of the past. If you have a full-time job and a $500 down payment, we want to approve your credit.
All right. Hey, good morning, everybody. I just wanted to see if this is working. Just wanted to say hi to everybody on the YouTube stream, drewsteele.com as well, the website, so you can go and you can take it, the show with you wherever you're going, if you're on your tablet or you're on your phone. So drewsteele.com, you can go there as well. And then on Facebook, and I see there's a whole lot of folks right now on YouTube that are commenting. So I just kind of wanted to take this time off the air as we're getting ready to come back, and I'll play some of the president's farewell address from yesterday and get your thoughts on that. So I just wanted to actually talk to you now and just see if you're here, if you just want to let me know that you're joining us, and Jake's walking in the room. So a couple of things. Let's see. Okay. First of all, Martha, thank you. Martha said she's going to listen in the car. All right, cool. And wait, I got to move this over. Fixing my screen. Okay, there you go. And by the way, Martha, don't forget you can use your phone, your smartphone to listen. Oh, well, what am I talking about? If you're in the car, you listen on the radio. Hi, how you doing? Okay, yeah. All right, so let's see. I noticed that this was, let me see if I can get to this one here. This is LeDad777 who said, I really appreciate your show. However, it's getting to the point where just preaching to the choir. The libs believe what they believe and won't change. Their politics have become their religion. Well, it's true their politics have become their religion, but number one, I love when people say things like that, preaching to the choir, because what we're doing is we're having a discussion about what they do so that you are prepared for the conversations that you're going to have with individuals wherever you are. You're going to be talking to people in restaurants and gatherings, social gatherings, and you never know who's listening. That's the important part. You never know who's going to be listening. And so you always want to, with me and you together as we're talking and we're having this conversation about things that are going on, if you ever feel like it's preaching to the choir, what it is just reinforcing the things that you know, and then hopefully giving you some more background with audio and some news stories so that you can make sure you're talking to your friends confidently, and you never know who's going to be listening at the same time. All right. Eric Davidson not feeling very good. First day of socialism. The next 3 to 4 years are going to suck. Okay, well, we also know that we've got to press our elected officials to make sure that they understand how we feel, and that we don't have certainly a willingness to allow this to happen. We're just not doing it. We're just not doing it. All right. Okay, Trev is fixing me. If a tree falls in the woods, listen, I'm not good with that analogy. Probably should have thought about using another one. All right, so let's see what else. Rick said, starting today, snowflakes are going to see how a real actual puppet governs instead of a fictional one. America just dismissed a real leader for a figurehead. That is Rick. I appreciate the comments, Rick. Look, one of the conversations we're going to have today, two different things. Number one is when there's a call for unity. I think that's what I'm going to end up talking about this coming break. Anytime somebody says it's time to unify with Democrats, where's the unity in the country? If we are people, individuals, not a party, individuals, who care about the Constitution and the rule of law, right? The founding of the country, what should be bedrock and concrete, where do Democrats, where do the left, where do the media believe in any of the constitutional values that we believe in? They don't believe in free speech because they want to censor it. They don't believe in freedom to assembly because whenever we want to assemble, they're telling us that we can't. And I'll bet you that if there are movements, if there are going to be protests, let's say, from the right in Washington, D.C., you want to make a bet that we're going to have the D.C. Mayor Bowser and others who are going to suggest that, no, because of the riots, no, we can't have all of these people congregating. No, because you know what kind of trouble they are. So now we're going to have that issue of freedom of assembly. Do we even have to go into freedom of religion? Do we have to go into the stories? We don't have to. Second Amendment, where's the common ground with the left? Again, I hate to break this to you, all of the leftists out there, but we're right. And if you're not agreeing with us, then there truly is an issue. All right, good stuff. All right, we got to go back on the air. We'll talk about this more. I wanted to get to another point that this... to Rick's point about what they're really going to see now with a Biden administration. And the one thing I'm going to start talking about today is from this day forward, the left in this country, you own it. Everything that happens in this country with this president, this Congress, all in Democrats' hands, certainly for the next 2 years, you own it. Any of the destruction, any of the bad things that happen, any of the issues with the economy, any of the issues along the border, anything that could be bad, you own it. If something good were to happen with this administration and the policies, we'll recognize it. I don't think it's going to happen, but all right, we got to go. Stand by.
And specialty care, walk-in centers, lab services, imaging centers, and COVID-19 evaluation and testing. Connect with Millennium Physician Group today and be ready for tomorrow. 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Also on drewsteele.com, on the website. You can go to the website, drewsteele.com. You can go there now and you can watch from your smartphone, your electronic device, whatever that is, your iPad, your Android device. So go to drewsteele.com as well, and you can watch there. So you have that available to you, and you have facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. All available to you to watch the program right now. All right, so there's a lot to get to. The president, I want to play some of the audio from the president's farewell address. I think it's fair that we spend a fair amount of time with the things that he talked about as the president talked about his family and the kids, and he talked about serving as a president. We're going to get to some of that audio, some of the things that he accomplished in his time in office. Of course, this is for posterity's sake. At least the president will be able to explain to people some of the things that has happened, and it'll be in historical context put away. And so people will be able to revisit some of the things that he was able to accomplish and what he said, because I'm concerned about a media that isn't exactly on our side when it comes to the rearranging and changing of history and historical documents and the like. Just try to Google anything that has to do with President Trump and see what comes up. Try to Google anything that has to do with conservative values and see what comes up. You quickly realize that even if you're trying to get to something that is beneficial to a policy that the president put forward, the interwebs, as you were, thanks Al Gore, will make it so that what you see is not what you're looking for, or what you are looking for to be the truth may not exactly be that. I know that's so outrageous to say. Try it. All right, let's play some of the president's farewell address, some of what he said yesterday.
We did what we came here to do, and so much more. This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous. We extend our best wishes, and we also want them to have luck, a very important word.
It's okay, praying for the new administration. Boy, that sounds divisive, everybody. I can't believe he would say something like that. He didn't even mention Joe Biden's name. How outrageous. There's always going to be something. We know that, right? It doesn't make a difference what this president does, even positively what he has been able to accomplish. The left in this country is going to do what they do. So they're always going to rip it apart. What else did he say?
All Americans were horrified by the assault on our Capitol. Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans. It can never be tolerated. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny.
The unifying around our shared values. And I'm going to get to that in just a second because I kind of teased that a little bit. But there's the president condemning the violence there at the Capitol and the political violence, because he's got to do it again and again and again and again and again. You know how the left does it. The left makes it seem like the president or you or me or other people, we refuse to accept it. We refuse to say that the violence at the Capitol was abhorrent. That's something that we never want to see, even though we said it from the beginning. And then we said it the next day. We said it the next day. We said it the next week. We said it the week after that. We continue to say it right now. But no, the left pretends that it was never said. And again, let me play that clip again, because this is critical, everybody. 239-479-5592. Love to get your thoughts on this and Inauguration Day 2021 and what we're going to see moving forward. And also, if you're watching, your comments that I see coming in on YouTube, coming in on Facebook, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. And if you go to drewsteele.com, you can watch as well right there on your mobile phone or your iPad or whatever. As I watch the comments coming in, again, listen to this. Very important.
All Americans were horrified by the assault on our Capitol. Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans.
No doubt. No doubt.
It can never be tolerated. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values.
We have to unify around our shared values. What are they? And I mean this sincerely. What are our shared values in this country? We would like to believe that our shared, and maybe you want 239-479-5592. Maybe you can explain to me the shared values. I do not disagree with the president. He's right. We do need to unify around shared values. The problem becomes what those shared values are. We are quite a divided country, ladies and gentlemen. We have been for a long, long time. And when there was a president in office that was willing to push back against those that would educate our kids in ways that we question, that would call out our patriotism as if it's some kind of code word for violence, when we know what the media and the left and Democrats have done to this country with regard to what we love about the country, our rule of law that they seem to dismiss when it's people on their side, BLM and Antifa, and during the summer, all the rioting and everything else going on, which it's just, that's fine, but you get the idea. What are the unified shared values? They should be easy, simple, easy to find. This country has always been unified around the Constitution, our founding, and the rule of law. And the left in this country has done everything they possibly can to dismantle all of it. From suggesting that our founders as slave owners, white slave owners, and the things, the 1619 Project, and all of the things that your kids are being told in school or not told in school or not told the whole story, or to just the simple shared values that we should have of community and safety in our community. And where are they? Our shared values should be simple, around the Constitution and the rule of law. Simple. You should be able to exercise freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, your right to assembly, your right to bear arms. All of the things within the Constitution we should value and cherish, because it really has been the glue that has held us together for this amount of time. Because we've always been able to be anchored in that. And if we're not anchored in that, and half the country thinks something else, but do they? Do they really? Or is it just the ones that get voice? I mean, Rashida Tlaib, there was some audio. I got to see if I can find the audio from her. Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar and, the squad and AOC, the expert. And you know how that is. It's what is it?
I'm not the expert.
Oh, okay, sorry. I apologize. How much airtime they get, as if everybody in lockstep believes what they say. But do they? All right, what else did the president say? I got to go, to some of this.
We must never forget that while Americans will always have our disagreements, we are a nation of incredible, decent, faithful, and peace-loving citizens who all want our country to thrive and flourish and be very, very successful and good.
We do. We absolutely do. I question whether the left in this country feels the same way. I mean, if the president says that, then, you reject that out of hand. But I'm assuming they are interested in the prosperity in this country, but how that prosperity comes, whether it's from a government, an omnipresent, benevolent government that allows you to have $600, $1,400, $8,000, pick a number, as we continue to give and give and give, as their policies to continue to destroy and to destroy and destroy. Is that the kind of prosperity we're looking for?
America is not a timid nation of tame souls who need to be sheltered and protected from those with whom we disagree. That's not who we are. It will never be who we are.
And I believe that half the country is right on board with that. Although Mitch McConnell will tell you that, no, these are words of instigation. the president who's trying to sell you a big lie and then cause trouble January 6th. Some pretty awful things to say from Senator McConnell.
Our agenda was not about right or left. It wasn't about Republican or Democrat, but about the good of a nation. And that means the whole nation.
It does. And I don't know how you deny that. How many people across the board benefited from the policies leading right up to the pandemic? You can't deny it. You just can't. I mean, you can try, but again, I asked the question, where can we find unity? We're going to hear about America united. We're going to hear about the unity. We're going to hear from celebrities today who are going to be out in force now because it's a new day. It's a bright beginning. It's a time when we can have a breath of fresh air, where we can have celebrities step up to the microphone and say things like,
Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Oh, sorry, that was Madonna, and that was a long time ago. That was 2017. Let's not go back. Let's move forward. So what does that look like? Does it look like Chuck Todd? There were 2 Chuck Todds on display yesterday. And I got to play this. I'll play this one clip right now, but I have to play the rest of it coming up because it's sad and hysterical all at the same time. Here's Chuck Todd, who is trying to explain to a congressman, again, this is what we have to be prepared to hear, who is telling Representative Tom Reed, after explaining that when it comes to the rhetoric and everything that has happened leading up to Inauguration Day 2021, that we need to have both sides dial it back down. Both sides, right?
Together and stand up to their extremes on both sides of the aisle.
I hear that, but whenever you hear both sides, people get triggered by this, by just that phrase, both sides, and I kind of understand why.
Triggered. Both sides get triggered. Okay, go ahead.
Times because it's sort of like, okay, those on the left will argue, wait a minute, this guy over here, Trump's just triggering left and right.
Okay. So it's all about the right and how bad you are. And it gets worse. Gosh, do I have enough time to play this? Let me see. All right, yeah. All right, so let me play the rest of this. It's Republicans and you all and this president, you all are triggering the left. And, you never know what's going to happen on the left. When they're triggered, you never know what's going to happen.
The missed opportunity of the Trump administration was that opportunity when we had economic records and before COVID-19, opportunity to bring the country together. And I recognize that.
Okay, I got to stop. This is Representative Tom Reed. I don't even know where he's from. I don't even care. But this is the example of this squishy Republicans that are out there saying, oh, the president, when everything was good, the economy was good, everything was happening pre-COVID, man, he had a chance to unify and bring together the country. Like, what planet did you live on for the past 4 years? There was going to be no unification. The left in this country wouldn't even admit how good things were with the economy and jobs and everything that the president was able to accomplish. They would never in a million years admit how good things were. But somehow this guy lives on a planet where if he just would have reached out an olive branch, that everything would have been, it just would have been magic. What are you talking about? This is the problem with the Republican Party, some at least, well, most, and how they need to be primaried coming up.
That's why I hope President Biden seizes on opportunity when COVID-19 becomes history, bring the country together. But you're absolutely right. When we have the opportunity to heal the nation, we should use it and bring people together. And the rhetoric on the left, though, can be very divisive at the same time.
Oh, very divisive, the left at the same time. You can't say that.
And you and I shared the story that I experienced with a dead rat, with a brick, with 2 deaths. My children from the left that was left on my front step this last election cycle. It is on both sides of the aisle, Chuck, and it's not acceptable. And we both can agree that's not acceptable behavior in America.
Dead rat left at his door, death threats, his kids frightened out of their mind. No. Chuck is like, hey, dude, I know you're a Republican, but slow down.
There's no doubt, but there was only one side that tried to overthrow the Capitol. And
That's it. Good night, everybody. Yeah, Chuck's not having it. Democrats are not having it. So forgive me if I'm a little skeptical about America United and Joe Biden and the inauguration today of the new president of the United States. Forgive me if I'm a little skeptical about how that unity happens. Maybe you're all in. Maybe you're good. 239-479-5592. Let me know your thoughts. Also, if you're watching, you can stream live facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. And you can go to drewsteele.com and you can watch there as well. And you can take it with you, this program. You can watch it on your phone, on your iPad, on whatever has a browser. drewsteele.com. Go ahead and watch there as well. Stay Break 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic slowing down in Collier County on Airport Pulling Road heading north to Vanderbilt Beach. If you're looking for the fastest option to navigate around it, Livingston. Also slowdowns on Santa Barbara just to the north of Rattlesnake. We're fully up to speed on County Barn as well as 951 if you are heading north of Rattlesnake. Also, the East Trail congested, unusually slower if you're heading eastbound towards San Marco Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start with 40s and 50s, a high temperature of 76 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon as we are dry with sunshine and a mixture of high clouds. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Pelosi's hand-picked henchmen are revealing the real agenda behind the Democrat Party's ridiculous second bite at the impeachment apple. Impeachment manager Congressman Joaquin Castro, Democrat, Texas, told ABC's George Stephanopoulos that one of the reasons behind the re-impeachment of President Trump is so he can't run for federal office again, so he won't be able to seek the presidency. Another Pelosi henchman, Maryland Democrat Jamie Raskin, this guy is a real oddball. He told Jake Tapper CNN the Constitution talks about conviction, removal, and disqualification from holding further public office. Now, apparently these Democrats don't have the attention span to actually read and comprehend the Constitution because there's no provision in there for what they're trying to do. The Constitution provides the mechanism for sitting presidents and other officials to be impeached while they are in office. Nothing allows somebody who's out of office to be impeached retroactively. Impeaching a private citizen was never contemplated. The mechanism does not exist. Normally, that would mean something, but Democrats look at the Constitution as a bunch of suggestions instead of as the framework of law that it is. They twist and they bend it, or they just ignore it when it doesn't give them the outcome they want. Now, if they keep going with this fake impeachment, it should end up at the Supreme Court where, hopefully, the Constitution still has meaning. Hopefully. We don't even have any confidence in that, sadly. If you are looking for a resolution that's easy to keep in the new year, here's one. Resolve to help protect your identity and personal information with LifeLock's identity theft protection. LifeLock alerts you to potential threats to your identity. Now, you could miss certain ID threats by just monitoring your credit. LifeLock sees more, like your information for sale on the dark web. And if you have a problem, one of LifeLock's U.S.-based restoration specialists helps you resolve your issues. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock is the New Year's resolution that's not only easy to keep, it'll help keep what's yours yours. You can save up to 25% off your first year. Call 800-440-4833 or go to LifeLock.com and use the promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com. Make sure to make a note, the promo code RUSH. That's how you save 25%.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
There's always a better way, and we will always chase after it. We're building a cleaner energy future with millions of solar panels, and we're using the latest technology, investing in energy that's not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. As we see it, the horizon is always moving, and to chase it is to deliver America's best energy value for you and for Florida. See how at fpl.com/value.
With PatriotSoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. In 2016, one of my employees accidentally clicked through an online vendor's contract, which recommitted my company to an additional 12 months of their service. I called the vendor to explain the accident. Nope, they pointed to their ironclad contract, told me to pay or else. I will pay them, but after 12 months, I'm gone. I've been in business over 30 years, and I've never made my customers sign a long-term contract. Never. And now, my fifth successful company, Patriot Software, offers payroll to business owners with 1 to 100 employees, and there's no long-term contract. And if you need help with your payroll, we will help you for free. Go to PatriotSoftware.com, use promo code RADIO, and get 2 months of payroll free. That's PatriotSoftware.com.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You can count on us for great service. You can count on us to get it done. You can count on us for a price that's fair, and quality is second to none. For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
He's packed up and ready to go. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. President Trump will leave the White House in 1 hour.
We achieved more than anyone thought possible. Nobody thought we could even come close.
That's in a farewell video thanking Americans.
There will be a departure ceremony for him at Joint Base Andrews before he boards the presidential plane. Upon landing in Florida, he's expected to take the short ride to his home at the Mar-a-Lago Club, which is now listed as his permanent and primary residence.
Fox's Eben Brown, before leaving the president, also pardoned a bunch of people. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has details live.
Dave, more than 140 people were added to the list of those getting pardons and commutations from President Trump in the last hours of his White House term. The list included allies of the president and his family, former members of Congress, and performers. Notable on the list, his former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, who was accused of ripping off donors for a border wall scheme and hadn't even gone to trial yet. Elliot Broidy is another. He is a Republican fundraiser who pleaded guilty in a scheme to lobby the Trump administration to drop an investigation, Dave.
Now, Tanya, rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black also got pardons. In 5 hours, Joe Biden will be sworn in as our next president with the Capitol secure.
Most stores are closed. Most streets are blocked, either with fencing or with checkpoints. And you've got that massive force of 25,000 National Guard coming in from all 50 states. 12 of them were pulled from inauguration duty after being flagged on background checks.
Fox's Mike Tobin. Kamala Harris will also be sworn in as the first woman vice president. She and Biden went to memorial last night for the 400,000 people who have died of the coronavirus in the U.S.
My abiding prayer is that we emerge from this ordeal with a new wisdom.
Later today, President Biden will issue a mask mandate on federal property. He'll also issue other executive orders, including undoing Trump actions on climate change, travel bans, and border wall construction. America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic slowing down in Collier County on Airport Pulling Road heading north to Vanderbilt Beach. If you're looking for the fastest option to navigate around it, Livingston. Also slowdowns on Santa Barbara just to the north of Rattlesnake. We're fully up to speed on County Barn as well as 951 if you are heading north of Rattlesnake. Also, the East Trail congested, unusually slower if you're heading eastbound towards San Marco Road. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
chilly start, nice and comfortable for your Wednesday afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-70s and dry with sunshine and high clouds mixing in. Back down into the 40s and 50s for your Thursday morning. High clouds will be streaming in with some sunshine for your Thursday afternoon with highs in the 70s. Warming trend for the weekend, upper 70s, lower 80s, Saturday towards Sunday, and really feeling that warmth into the early part of next week as winds crank up on Monday. A few tiny stray showers Sunday through Tuesday, but nothing too significant as we will be tracking a cold front by late next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here. But you can do more than wait for your turn. See, you have the power to help slow the spread. Actually, you could be a real difference maker and protect your family and loved ones, too. Here's how. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too, no matter how far apart you are. And, of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports that masks protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them from particles that carry the virus. And wash your hands, using soap and water for 20 seconds, and do it frequently. Watch your distance, wear a mask, and wash your hands. Simple, effective, and along with vaccines, they're how you can make a big difference.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
Hey, Dave, what's going on with your sink? It's full of water.
Really slow to drain.
You tried all the...
Yes, I've tried all the...
Just asking.
Yeah, it gets worse and worse.
So maybe...
Now the downstairs sink is slow, too. I don't dare flush the toilet.
Dave?
What's the point of having running water if it doesn't run out again?
Dave...
I might as well give up on indoor plumbing completely, build an outhouse, and haul water up from the river in a bucket!
Dave! So what's the best case scenario?
Best case? Okay, I make one call, someone comes out and gets the water moving again, and things go back to normal.
That's best?
Well, yeah, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have 4 plumbing trucks standing by, waiting for last-minute calls.
Right now?
Right now.
I don't need to build an outhouse?
It's a little chilly this time of year.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
Indoor plumbing is a miracle, isn't it?
Yeah, only when it's working.
Oh, man.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. That is the talk and text line. We stream live on... on drewsteele.com. If you go to the website, drewsteele.com, you can watch us there, streaming live, so you can watch on your cell phone, on your iPad, on your Android device, whatever it is that you have there. So drewsteele.com, go to the website. Or you can go to facebook.com/drewsteele radio as well. Both places will provide you with this very program to which you can watch and listen and watch. And so will you be watching today the inauguration of Joe Biden? 239-479-5592. Will you be watching today? And why you will or why you will not. I would love to hear from you this morning to get an idea of what you think today is going to be like and whether or not you're going to watch and why. Or not, and why. So the president, some 11th hour pardons, and you got Steve Bannon pardoned. You got Lil Wayne and what is it, Kodak Black? I don't know what they, why those pardons or why they. It's just questions about certain individuals. I mean, Jake was asking why. I don't know. I don't know about them in particular, so it's hard for me to say.
He should have pardoned Tiger King, man. Like, they had a limousine waiting outside the prison. Like, they were tweeting at him, like, yo, we're waiting. What's going on here?
All right. Pardons and commutations for 143 people. The president, and we'll play some of the audio from his farewell address. Certainly we'll get to that as well. Coming up, Mitt Romney weighed in. Hey, this is good news, everybody. There's nothing like a Mitt Romney a little comment or tweet or I guess comments. He was on Monterraju's CNN program there. And listen, he's saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to punish Josh Hawley and Ted Cruz for raising objections to select states' electoral college votes. So if that's true, then I guess Democrats don't have to talk about expelling either one of them or even continue to have the conversation if the Mitts is not on board with it. So there you go. So Senator Romney's saying, yeah, no, not into that. I guess is that a little bit of a give me, where it was Mitt Romney who was all about impeachment of the president on the Senate side, and along with some others, which shouldn't happen, constitutionally can't happen to a private citizen, but yet the discussion will take place, or maybe it'll just switch to Cruz and Hawley, in which case Romney's like, yeah, I'm out. So you got that little nugget in there. Of course, on the heels of American unity and coming together and how we're going to do that today, the left in this country, the media, the Democrats all together talking about how beautiful everything is. David Chalain there at CNN was talking about the reflecting pool and how incredible it was to see everything out there last night. And
on display tonight was so stark. I mean, those lights that are just shooting out from the Lincoln Memorial along the reflecting pool. It's like almost extensions of Joe Biden's arms embracing America.
Woo! Yeah, Joe Biden's arms are embracing America. I'll bet you they're big enough to embrace China. I'm just saying they go long and far and wide, don't they? I didn't say that. Yeah, that was that's not very nice. The unity that Democrats are continuously calling for. They certainly have done that in the past. There's no doubt.
You get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
Well, not everybody has been about unity. There's Maxine Waters and, pushing back and getting in people's face, and you tell them they're not welcome. You make them uncomfortable. Trump supporters. Hey, is that inciting violence? I'm just asking. Do we have a uniform code of incitement of violence that we can all look at and say, yes, that is, and yes, this is? Do we have that, or is it just for some and not for everyone? Is that how that works? I'm just asking. You got James Comey. James Comey had a comment over the weekend. I guess he was being interviewed, and James Comey is like, hey, listen, just want to let you know that the Republican Party needs to be burned down. It's just not a healthy political organization. And Jonathan Turley, constitutional lawyer, is saying, hey, I wonder, does that apply to him as well? I mean, we're going to go after James Comey for making those suggestions, the burning down and the rhetoric and the superheated political environment we're in right now. How we've had, Maxine Waters and we've had Diana Presley, Democrat of Massachusetts, during the 2020 violent protests, that there needs to be unrest in the streets. Kamala Harris saying that protesters should not let up, even as protesters were turning violent. And do we get to explore that side of the issue? No, you know what? I shouldn't even say these things because just the mere fact that I'm bringing all of these questions up, some might say, hey, you shouldn't say those things, and we might not want you to be here any longer. I don't know if that's really fair, if that's a fair assessment. The left is going to do the best that they can, and the media is going to do the best that they can to help to make sure that there are things that you will not be able to do as a conservative, as a Trump supporter, as a Republican, anything that's to the right of radical socialism. But I really want to know what you think about what's going to take place today. You have the inauguration of Joe Biden. Are you going to watch? Are you going to watch the inauguration, or are you just like, yeah, I'm out? Some of the things that the president-elect Biden, soon to be president today, will be doing right out of the gate. Fast start on immigration with DACA, border wall, and travel ban. He's going to be right out of the gate preserving DACA. Of course, that could have been handled by Congress, but nope, that doesn't happen. So you got this back and forth with these executive orders. I put them in place, I take them away. I put them in place, I take them away. I put them in place. And then Congress doesn't have to do a stinking thing. Isn't that fun? Revoking Trump's order excluding non-citizens from the census count. So that's going to be gone. Halting border wall construction. That's going to come to a complete and utter halt. And it is fascinating how the walls go up around D.C. and the fences and the walls and everything else happening there. So the walls are good there, but they aren't good along the southern border. Too easy. Way too easy. And also, there is talk that next in line for the border and President-elect Biden's pick, DHS, is talking about and won't say whether or not he will not be on board with tearing down the wall, pulling it up. He won't promise to exclude job-seeking asylum seekers when asked on Capitol Hill. Lots of interesting questions. Let's go to the calls, 239-479-5592. Oh, by the way, there's a little bit more there. There'll be comprehensive immigration legislation sending off to Congress. We got that. And I just wonder whether or not you're going to watch and whether you think that American unity is on the way now. We're going to be a unified country. But where is the unity? We can't even agree on what is fundamental in this country, that we believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. What about that? David's in Naples. Hello there, David.
Hey, Drew. How you doing today?
You know what? It's a new day. It's fresh and clean. The air is it's going to be fresher when we get rid of a lot of those climate change executive orders and, getting back into the Paris Climate Accord. You're going to be amazed at how fresh the air is going to be not too far from here.
Yeah, it's not good. Hey, the reason the Democratic Party is strong is because of their donors. Their donors are these big tech companies, Twitter, Amazon. I canceled my Twitter account, and I will never order anything else from Amazon. If 75 to 80 million people do that, you take their power away. You take their money away. That's the only way they're going to wake up.
Yeah, and I would say that it's a bold move. It's a brave move. It's a tough move. It's a tough move, David, because the things that we have been accustomed to doing, and thanks for the call, I appreciate it. Listen, if, there are people that don't believe in boycotting. They just believe in boycotting. They'll go purchase someplace else. They'll put their money where their mouth is. There are some people like David that believe that that's how you do it. You hurt them in the pocketbook, and it's the problem is there is such a tangled web on the web that it's hard to escape anything right now if you want to get away from big tech. For example, there are people that, and I know Jake is probably one of them, individuals that are like, you know what, I'm just going to go to different, I'll go to different search engines like a DuckDuckGo or something like that, and you'll go to get your information from there. But ultimately, the people that you're going to are being housed by and being put up on the internet by places like Amazon and Google, because they are most of the hosting business-wise in the country. Shopify, who took down DonaldJTrump.com's, what is it, the place where you can buy T-shirts and hats and the like, and they took the ability to shop there. Well, Who's to say that you wouldn't be next or your business? So it's hard to escape it because we've built, and they have built, such an infrastructure that is going to make it difficult for people to get away. But certainly small businesses going directly to people's websites to buy from them directly, if that's something that you would like to do. Let's see. All right, so Pedro's is in L.A., and you say that you're going to watch the inauguration today. Tell me more.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. I'm going to watch it today because something's going to happen. Some knucklehead's going to happen. And it's going to create a big chaos. But this is the time that we need an alien invasion. This is the time that we need an alien invasion to tell Crazy Joe, no. You can't mess up this country or this world, this planet.
Yeah.
Listen. But you know what?
Yeah.
I wish that Donald Trump, and I hope that Donald Trump write a book of what truly happens in the White House that we don't know about. That would be an interesting book.
It might happen. It may happen. Pedro, thanks for the call. So, nothing's going to happen today. I mean, I pray that everything is going to be peaceful, and I pray that everything, I mean, it's 25,000 National Guard troops. There's nobody there on the streets. I can't imagine how anybody is even going to get anywhere near causing any kind of trouble. Nothing's going to happen as far as the Donald Trump will not be the president of the United States after noon today. It's just not, it's not going to happen. I pray that there is no violence and nothing is going to take place there in Washington, D.C., except the peaceful progression of power in this country from one party to another. Now, aliens is something I'm up for. I'm not sure. I mean, according to what Jake knows, and certainly Ian Hicken, I think that you guys are big alien followers or news on aliens, and
yeah, we're part of the Galactic Federation.
They're already here, right? I mean, they're already walking among us.
For sure, 100%.
Okay, so we just have to find the right one. We just have to find an alien who we can explain the Constitution and the rule of law and how we were founded and go through our history and explain the good and the bad, but ultimately how we are here in the greatest nation on the planet ever.
I'm pretty sure that they look at it as like as kind of like a great idea of how to run a country.
Well, what if they're looking at us like we would be tasty?
You know, what if that is what's going on? They're going to eat us.
239-479-5592. You can watch what's happening right now at drewsteele.com, the website, as well as facebook.com/drewsteelradio. Yeah, will the president write a book? He'd have to self-publish, because I can't imagine anybody. The way publishing is right now, the way everything in the censorship in this country. I mean, it's half a joke, but... All right, when we come back, let's take a break. A little more of what the media thinks about you and Chuck Todd and some of the things that were being discussed yesterday. Did Chuck Todd say that if Joe Biden doesn't get something done right away in the first couple of days of his administration, then he is a failure and he hasn't even taken office yet? You'll hear the audio and find out for yourself coming up. And then I ask you, are you going to watch the inauguration of the new president of the United States today? Let me know. Taking your calls, 239-479-5592. You could watch at drewsteele.com, the website, or facebook.com/drewsteelradio. All right. Find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
There's a crash in Fort Myers at Metro and Crystal, slowing traffic southbound on Metro Parkway to the intersection. To avoid this, if you're heading that way as of right now, fastest option, Plantation. Also, the crash just in front of Riverdale High School at Buckingham Road and Springline Lane, still delaying traffic between Palm Beach Boulevard and Riverdale High School. Lehigh Acres, slowdowns on Gunnery Road, south of Buckingham to Lee Boulevard. Of course, if you're heading to Lehigh Senior High, plan ahead and give yourself lots of extra time. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start with 40s and 50s, a high temperature of 76 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon as we are dry with sunshine and a mixture of high clouds. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I want to say I love America because everyone gets a voice.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
New Year's resolutions. We all make them. We all break them. That's why your small business needs more than resolutions. It needs solutions. And you can get them with Comcast Business. Whether you want to work more efficiently with fast, reliable internet and advanced Wi-Fi, make your business safer with powerful cybersecurity solutions, or stay productive with 24/7 support, we've got the solutions you need for your business to get there. So make this year's resolution better solutions. Bounce forward with Comcast Business. Help your business bounce forward with an amazing offer from Comcast Business to kick off 2021. Get started with a powerful and reliable internet and voice solution from Comcast Business for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 2/7/21. Restrictions apply. Limited to new Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required.
It's a solution.
Fort Myers Mitsubishi has the solution to your resolution. Bring in any trade, regardless of condition, and get $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for it, so you can drive home your new Mitsubishi today. Drive away in a new 2021 Outlander Sport with standard safety features like forward collision mitigation, automatic high beams, lane keep assist, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, starting from $18,990. That's just $18,990 for a brand new Outlander Sport with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And make your credit worries a thing of the past. If you have a full-time job and a $500 down payment, we want to approve your credit. Get pre-qualified risk-free at FortMyersMitsubishi.com.
It's a solution.
Get $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade, so you can drive home your new Mitsubishi today. Only at Fort Myers Mitsubishi. Offers no combined, plus tax, tag, destination, and admin. All factory rebates apply.
Glenn Beck at 9 and Rush at noon. Right now, it's Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, we go to the phones, 239-479-5592. By the way, you can watch at drewsteele.com, the website. You can also watch at facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Let's go to Al. Al's in Naples. Al, you're going to be watching the inauguration of Joe Biden as president of the United States today.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna give my time. I don't want to. I'm not going to give. For 4 years, they've been against the president that was in office, and I'm going to treat them the same way they've been treating my president. I'm not going to watch a lying, hypocritical administration.
Well, I hope ultimately, and thanks for the call, Al, that we will find some unity. Unity, in other words, I hope that the left and Democrats will come on board with the Constitution and the rule of law, being that we've had it for a couple of 100 years plus, and it's been doing pretty well for us, keeping us together as a nation. And yeah, so I'm looking for unity out of the Democrat Party. I would like for them to come to our side and see where prosperity lies. It lies in the Constitution and the rule of law. So I'm looking forward to that. Cynthia in L.A. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just have a couple of questions, like multiple ones. One of them is, don't they have to take a cognitive test in order to see if they're fit for office? Or is it going to be like, move along here, there's nothing to see in Pamela?
Cynthia, are you suggesting that Joe Biden needs to take a cognitive test? What would give you that idea?
I mean, they hit Trump up so bad.
Oh, but you know, it's
we choose truth over fact.
I mean, come on. People say things like that. That's not a big deal. It's Well, I'll tell you what.
Move along.
Yeah. No, that's true. I know. Cynthia, thanks for the call. Hey, just asking this morning whether or not you're going to watch the inauguration of Joe Biden as president of the United States. Just putting that out there. Look, policy-wise, boy, are we going to have some debates coming up. There's a lot to be concerned about. We'll get to that. And even locally, what's happening with the COVID-19 vaccine rollout. We're going to talk about that coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part? The price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Naples, and Marco Island with 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
Today, your energy is not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. At FPL, we work each day to drive efficiency up and costs down, to help keep your bills among the lowest in the nation, lower than many states, including New York, Michigan, and California. That's America's best energy value working for you. See how our bill compares. Go to fpl.com/value.
Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish, forsaking all others?
I do.
I do. And now, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you roommates. Go forth.
That's not the vow you took. But if struggles with CPAP have you and your spouse sleeping in separate rooms, it might be time to look into Inspire. Inspire works inside the body with just the click of a remote. That's right, just a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News Traffic.
There's a crash in Fort Myers at Metro and Crystal, slowing traffic southbound on Metro Parkway to the intersection. To avoid this, if you're heading that way as of right now, fastest option, Plantation. Also, the crash just in front of Riverdale High School at Buckingham Road and Springline Lane, still delaying traffic between Palm Beach Boulevard and Riverdale High School. Lehigh Acres, slowdowns on Gunnery Road, south of Buckingham to Lee Boulevard. Of course, if you're heading to Lehigh Senior High, plan ahead and give yourself lots of extra time. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Chilly start, nice and comfortable for your Wednesday afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-70s and dry with sunshine and high clouds mixing in. Back down into the 40s and 50s for your Thursday morning. High clouds will be streaming in with some sunshine for your Thursday afternoon with highs in the 70s. Warming trend for the weekend, upper 70s, lower 80s, Saturday towards Sunday, and really feeling that warmth into the early part of next week as winds crank up on Monday. A few tiny stray showers Sunday through Tuesday, but nothing too significant as we will be tracking a cold front by late next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Blah, 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 blah. Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
You know, for me personally, one of the things I love about Pentair, my water system in my home, is just peace of mind and the confidence that my family and my friends that come over are going to love the way my water tastes. And that's a good thing. Not just the taste, but the hard water drying out your skin and hair, damaging your appliances. It's a reason why it's doing all of that, because of what's in it. Call now for your free multi-point Pentair water test. Find out what your water's doing in your home. You're going to love the way your water tastes with your new Pentair water system like I do. And there's a big difference when you call a Pentair water specialist. Well, what is it? They're all trained, uniformed experts in our city and well water. So they know about what's going on here in Southwest Florida. You can have a wide range of water treatment options right in front of you, and they can install your new Pentair water system for you. Pentair has a new easy flow under-counter filtration system that is certified to reduce 99% of lead. And right now, you can save 15% on your whole home water system. 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
Whether you're a homeowner or a contractor who wants the finest countertops, choose Rock Solid, a company you can trust.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Have you seen what's happening with the stock market? Record highs every day. How long can this possibly go on for? By the way, this is exactly what happened right before the 2000 dot-com bubbles burst. Remember that? Protect your savings in retirement by putting them into something safe like real gold and silver. I'm not talking about gold or silver stocks, but into real gold and silver you can actually hold in your hands. How do you get real gold and silver? By calling the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. Now, the Oxford Gold Group will teach you everything you need to know about owning real gold and silver. It's so much easier than you think. So call the Oxford Gold Group right now at 833-600-GOLD to get your free gold and silver investment guide. The Oxford Gold Group is the only gold and silver company that I trust, and you should too. Get the Oxford Gold Investment Guide today and learn how easy it is to have real gold and silver delivered to your home, or how to have real gold and silver in your retirement account. Call the Oxford Gold Group today at 833-600-GOLD. That's 833-600-GOLD.
Why wait for so-called one-time refund relief from big insurance companies when you can get the best prices and coverages all day, every day, all year round from Chapman Insurance Group? Hi, this is Brian Chapman, and my team is committed to finding you the most efficient coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Chevy showroom, this is Marty.
You know what's outside at Victory Lane, Chevy, Marty?
Yeah, what's outside?
Tons of new Chevys. They're dropping them off now as we speak. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Ask him when he's dropping off at my dealership, okay?
Oh, what'd you do, Marty? Stiff a bunch of your customers over the holidays?
No.
Your lot's empty over there?
You're nuts.
Well, I may be nuts, but you know what, Marty? I got all the Chevys to sell.
You got...
And you got Jack Zippity Squat.
No, I don't.
Bye-bye, Marty. During the perfect timing event at Victory Lane Chevrolet, get top dollar for trades. Plus, take an extra $9,000 off new 2021 Silverados or $6,000 off new Chevy Equinox. Look, if you didn't get something shiny with big wheels during the holidays, get thousands off MSRP right now at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Online, VictoryLaneChevrolet.com. Find new roads. Taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer offers with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 1/31/2021.
Hi, this is John Lawrence with CGU Homes, residential contractor in Southwest Florida. As a Naples native, my childhood is full of memories, from fishing the backwaters of the Everglades to helping my dad with home improvement projects. Today, I have the pleasure of watching my kids grow up enjoying the same way of life. At CGU Homes, we understand building a home is more than drawings and budgets. It's about building lifelong memories for you and your family. I've been in the residential construction industry for over 20 years and have had the luxury of handpicking my team. When it comes to my team, I look for passion, innovation, and trustworthiness. You can trust CGU Homes to build with honesty and transparency through every step of the building process. So, when you're ready to start a new chapter for your family, whether it's remodeling your existing home or building a brand new one, I invite you to see some of our past projects and learn more about us at cguhomes.com. That's cguhomes.com. And God bless the USA.
With patriotsoftware.com, accounting and payroll, keep your time and money.
Mike Capel here, serial entrepreneur. My second business was open 6 days a week and I worked from home the 7th day. I maintained that ridiculous schedule for 8 years. One Saturday morning in 1999, I woke up late for work and was greeted by my 6-year-old.
Oh, hi, Dad. Why aren't you at work?
I answered, because it's Saturday. He said,
Oh, thanks for visiting, Dad.
His words pierced my heart. I had become a workaholic. It was decision time. What's more important, family or work? I chose family and I stopped working 7 days a week. That's why I created Patriot Software, so entrepreneurs can run their payroll in minutes, which gives more time for their families. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Kennedy at 3 and drive home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5.
Fox News 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. It is drewsteele.com, the website where we stream live each and every day. So you can watch right now. You can see our smiling faces. You can see Jake's smiling face. What are you laughing at? All right, so I was... Don't ask. Don't ask. If you were watching, you had a chance to see. Don't ask. Everything is going fine.
This is exactly why you watch the show.
There are things that happen that you get to see, and if you're not watching at drewsteele.com or facebook.com/DrewSteeleRadio, you miss it. All right, we are going to have Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart on with us at 8:05, so clearly we'll talk about today. And how do we unify America? How do we unify America when we have a Democrat Party, liberals, we have progressives, we have media members who aren't exactly fond of the Constitution, the rule of law? It's not everybody. It's not every single one of them, but certainly if you are trying to unify a country, how do you not unify the country around what should unify us, which is the Constitution, which is the rule of law, and which is, of course, the country that we love, that for hundreds of years has been able to be here and prove to the world that we are the greatest country on the face of the planet. How do we do that? I don't know. I'm just asking. So we'll get to that coming up. You know, I did notice, look, local media is breathlessly reporting about the COVID-19 vaccine and the rollout. And you know, I get it. I get that there are certain media outlets, certainly statewide. You look at FloridaPolitics.com. Holy cow. You want to talk about a place where all you're going to hear about is the negatives about Donald Trump, and the negatives about Governor DeSantis, the negatives about Republicans. It's just on and on and on. It's constantly what you hear. Understanding that we're in 2022, election season starts right now. It started yesterday, and there's nothing that the left in this state would like more than to chip away at Governor DeSantis and the things that he has been able to accomplish. And again, we're going to be revisiting this through the next 18 months. It's going to be this story about how successful the state of Florida has been on many levels. COVID-19 certainly is one of the many levels that we have been successful. But no, it's all wrong for the left. And how you're going to have somebody else come into the governorship of the state and do a better job. How? What does that look like? And how breathlessly we have media outlets locally that are just like, news press. Lee County says inadequate COVID-19 vaccine supply is a big roadblock to getting shots. And I get it. It feels as if there's been a slow pace, and I get it that there are people that are frustrated with the way the rollout has worked, where you would call or you would sign up for websites and just come to find out that you didn't make it on the website or the ability when you call to be there, to be in line to get this, and all of a sudden find out that there are no more spaces available. But fundamentally, why can't we just all agree and be unified on the fact that the state has a certain amount of supply that we get, and they're getting out? Whether it's the, 30 or some odd locations of Publix around the state, to the different ways that it is supplied in local municipalities. There's enough vaccine supply to schedule about 5,800 appointments for Thursday, January 21st and Friday, January 22nd at the county's site near the airport. This is being reported by the news press. But it isn't like, and let's make something perfectly clear, everyone. It's not as if there is an infinite amount of vaccines, first and second shot, and it's just the inability of the governor and local municipalities to be able to administer the unlimited amount of supply we have in the state. There's a limited amount of supply in the state, and there are a lot of people that want it. And there are a lot of people in the state that don't even live here that would like to be added to the list while they're here. So there are a lot of hoops to jump through to make all of this work. And on top of that, you have a public who, and individuals that certainly need it, that want to get to some sense of normalcy, and they feel like this is their ticket to it. And so that anxiety added on to the fact that it isn't smooth because there's a limited supply gets people frustrated. And it just seems really basic and fundamental what is happening here. And instead of approaching it that way and communicating it that way, I feel like the communication has been anything but. It's been more like it's a disaster. It's what is happening with this rollout is awful. It's the governor's fault. Man, I'm telling you what, can you imagine if we had Andrew Gillum as the governor of the state of Florida? Can you imagine how perfectly this rollout would have worked out? Could you imagine how amazing our lives in the state of Florida would have been if only Andrew Gillum were the governor? We got to get a Democrat in there. It's just the way that's what it feels like to a lot of people that I talk to. Maybe you feel differently. But there's no doubt that there are people that wait in line. There are people that are anxious to get it. And again, it's because of the need, the desire to get to some sense of normalcy, to see family members the way you used to. We get all of that. But again, a lot of people want it. There's a limited supply. Just explain it that way. Or maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm completely off base. 239-479-5592. And maybe you're one of the many that have been frustrated with the rollout. And I'm just asking if that makes any sense to you. Does it make sense? Some of the things that, for example, that we're going to talk about today when it comes to the new administration coming in, some of the things that will be off the table from now on. Kicking off his term by rolling out a series of immigration executive actions, moving swiftly to undo many of the Trump administration policies. Okay, I'm looking at some of the CNN headlines. If you want to get a good laugh, this is where you get the laugh from. Joe Biden's going to begin the work of uniting the country today when he's sworn in as the 46th president of the United States, 2 weeks after insurrectionists incited by President Trump stormed the Capitol trying to overturn the election based on Trump's lies. That's the CNN headline. Where's the unity? When you're talking about deprogramming us, when you're talking about that specifically, when you're triggered by the suggestion that we might want to ask even on the left if you all are kind of into the unity thing, and like Chuck Todd, who was upset by a congressman who was coming on and saying, "Hey, listen, we need to, both sides need to dial down the rhetoric. He was triggered by that to say both sides. Oh, you can't say that. And then when this representative, this Republican who goes on to CNN to try to say, listen, I'm on your side. Everything's cool. I get it. But you do understand that my house was doxxed, that there was a dead rat left at my front door, that my kids were scared, there were death threats against my family. And the answer to that is Chuck Todd by saying,
there's no doubt that there was only one side that tried to overthrow the Capitol. And I think that is where I think, look, everybody hopefully blows the whistle here. But I think that's where people get very, hey, let's not share the blame immediately here. This got out of hand on the right.
Totally, absolutely correct.
No. It's not totally, absolutely correct on that. Those squishy Republicans that are there like, no. I want to be friends with you. I want to be friends with the left. Please be my friend. I'll say whatever you want to say. I'll say whatever you want me to say negatively about this president. I'll do whatever you want to do. He's going to be out of office soon. Just be nice to me. Let me play in your sandbox. No, that's okay. We'll find people that ideologically are ready to fight back and aren't going to play in the left sandbox and acquiesce to whatever it is that they want, because that's what they want. They want you not only to go away, but they also want you deprogrammed so that unity means you got to come to the left side. Hey, I got an idea. How about you all come to the side of the Constitution and the rule of law? How about that? Because right there is the foundation where we can find unity, right? Unless you have no interest in that. 239-479-5592, drewsteele.com if you want to watch. Also, facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. I'm going to get into some, all right, we'll get to some phone calls. Yeah, Drew's College coming up as well. I want to remind you that that's coming in just a couple of minutes. Hey, by the way, if you are trying to figure out why we need, why do we play Drew's College? Why do we do this? I mean, you do it every day. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. We try to have a little bit of fun. We throw political questions in there. We throw a lot of civics questions. People are like, well, why do you do this every day? Well, here's a really good reason why we do this every day. CBS This Morning, yesterday, figured out, I love the way that Newsbusters put this, newsbusters.org, discovered the Constitution belatedly, and that historical ignorance about our nation's founding document is a really, really bad thing. How ugly is it? Hey, the on-the-street guy, what is it, Tony Dokapil, is that his name? He's the man on the street interviews and going and asking about civics questions. Check this out, everybody.
So we borrowed some basic questions from that very exam.
We've got some trivia questions. Can we ask you a few?
To get a sense of just how deep a crisis we're in.
How many people are in the House of Representatives?
I don't know. 12?
14?
The House?
No, not
for
the
the whole
House.
country?
80.
We assumed Americans by birth might do at least as well as Americans by choice.
Oh, all right. So, you're not doing as well because there are people that are choosing to be in this country and they do a whole lot better. And okay, go ahead.
But
can you name the 3 branches of government?
Judicial?
Yeah, that's one.
Oh, my husband's going to kill me.
I just can't go on. It was a disaster. You mean Americans don't know a lot about civics? No, they don't, because they're not being taught. Our kids are not being taught about civics. That's why in the state of Florida, we have emphasized and talked about this time and time again about civics and politics and just the 101s. And he's shocked. People don't know about the Constitution. Unbelievable. And so when the left in this country is like, we don't even want to talk about the Constitution. We don't want to talk about that. We want to do and fill in the blank that the left and the media and the Democrats all want in this country that go against the Constitution. Well, heck, if you don't know what the Constitution stands for or what it's about, then you don't have to worry about caring about it because it doesn't mean anything to you. It's meaningless. It's not like CBS or anybody else has done anything. Newsbusters was making the point to even help this situation. We could talk about that because, well, we'll talk about that later because we got to get to this right now. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you're in a PhD and a little bit of a civics lesson for you and more. So let's do this. We got to educate. Somebody's got to do it, everybody. And I'm just a person to do it because, well, I've been doing it for a while, and it's kind of fun. And we have fun with you, and so I enjoy it. 239-479-5592. Let's take caller number 3 right now. You'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, here's Sabrina Katz.
There's a crash in Fort Myers at Metro and Crystal, slowing traffic southbound on Metro Parkway to the intersection. To avoid this, if you're heading that way as of right now, fastest option, Plantation. Also, the crash just in front of Riverdale High School at Buckingham Road and Springline Lane, still delaying traffic between Palm Beach Boulevard and Riverdale High School. Lehigh Acres, slowdowns on Gunnery Road, south of Buckingham to Lee Boulevard. Of course, if you're heading to Lehigh Senior High, plan ahead and give yourself lots of extra time. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start with 40s and 50s, a high temperature of 76 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon as we are dry with sunshine and a mixture of high clouds. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Not 10, not 5, or even 2.9%. Southwest Florida. In 2021, Sutherland is doing something never done before. 0% APR financing on used cars. During the exclusive 0% event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Get unprecedented 0% APR financing on used cars. Save thousands in finance charges and pay the bank no interest for your car. Shop Southwest Florida's largest used car dealer with the biggest selection of certified pre-owned Nissans, Hondas, Toyotas, and Fords. Now, get 0% APR financing. Even get 0% APR financing for up to 84 months on new Nissans, like the Titan truck. Yes, 0% on new, too. Don't miss the 0% event with never offered 0% APR financing at your used car megastore. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral right now. Shop online at nissansales.com or capecoralnissan.com. If it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
Welcome to Smart Floors. For a limited time, Smart Floors is offering contractor pricing on all CoreTech vinyl luxury flooring. CoreTech, normally priced at $3.99 a square foot, is yours for only $2.99. And CoreTech, that's $5.99, is now only $4.49. No gimmicks, no hassles, just smart service at a smart price. In Naples, next to Home Goods in the Park Shore Plaza.
When shopping for new floor, we stand for so much more. Smart service, smart prices, Smart Floors.
So, you're in the market for new appliances. You have a choice. You can chase around sizing up refrigerators, opening oven doors, poking your nose into top-load washers, while wondering if the quality meets your standards and the prices are fair. Or you can go to Good Deals Appliances. Starting at Good Deals Appliances makes all the sense in the world. They feature the top names in appliances like Genair, KitchenAid, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana. But the best part about shopping at Good Deals Appliances is their price guarantee. If you ever find a lower price on the same appliance, Jay and his team at Good Deals Appliances will beat it. Every time, guaranteed. When you need appliances, make your first stop your last stop. Good Deals Appliances. 3 locations to serve you. 41 at Gladiolus in Fort Myers, Pine Island Road in Cape Coral, and on Naples Boulevard near Lowe's and Costco in Naples.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mark. Mark's in Immokalee. Hello, Mark. Hello, Mark. Oh, that's me. I got to do that. Okay. Hi, Mark.
Hello, Drew.
It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. It's a new day in America today. The inauguration of 2 individuals that will be the president and the vice president of the country. Can you name them, please?
Do I have to?
Yes. Yes, you do, sir.
Biden and Harris.
That is correct, sir.
Biden and Tommy.
All right. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if we get a bachelor's on this question. Who's the former Florida governor who ran against Donald Trump for the 2016 presidential nomination? All right, well, let's skip that. You want to skip that one? We can't do that. It was Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush.
Yeah,
No, it was Jeb Bush. Yeah, well, you can't phone a friend. It's not that show.
That's right.
All right.
I forgot. He's so forgettable, I forgot about
All
it.
right. Bachelor's degree question on this. What's the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's on this question. Who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner?
That would have been Francis Scott Key.
That is correct, sir. All right, so after stumbling a little bit, you had a strong comeback there. Mark and Immokalee, who wanted to phone a friend, who thought he was on a different program, and we gotta work on that maybe. All right, listen, Mark, congratulations. You did a great job, and you're someone to be proud of.
Thanks, Drew. Have a good day.
Back at you. All right, coming up, Mario Diaz-Balart, Congressman, is going to join us. Interesting conversation we should have in front of us. Certainly all the executive orders that are going to go right away, thanks to Joe Biden, and what that will mean, and maybe his thoughts on Inauguration 2021, and yours as well, coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
When you choose Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida for your family's total eye care needs, you're selecting the most trusted name in eye care physicians. You're also putting your precious sight in the hands of one of the nation's safest surgical centers. Surgicare, long known for excellence. Nothing compares to the expertise and compassion of the first name in total eye care. Dr. David C. Brown's Eye Centers of Florida, now open Saturdays at select locations.
Most people that buy their own health insurance think once they have chosen their ACA plan during open enrollment, they're stuck for the year. This is simply not the case. You can change at any time, no problems. If you are fairly healthy and don't need mandated coverage like maternity, you can save 30 to 60% with Health Plan Network. Couples under 65 are saving $500 to $1,000 a month with better coverage. You owe it to yourself to see if you qualify for a better plan that can save you money with lower deductibles. Go to healthplannetwork.net to request a quote. That's healthplannetwork.net. Or call Tim Cooper, an expert with over 23 years experience, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712. Act now to see if you qualify to save 30 to 60%. healthplannetwork.net. Sensible solutions.
I'm Dave Anthony.
To serve as your president has been an honor beyond description.
That was in a farewell video last night.
We did what we came here to do, and so much more.
We'll have one more public goodbye this morning. Fox's Lillian Wu has more live.
Dave, we see Marine One waiting for President Trump, who's set to leave the White House shortly for the final time in his term and head to Joint Base Andrews for a ceremony. Now, from there, he takes an unprecedented trip on Air Force One to West Palm Beach, Florida, where he makes his home at Mar-a-Lago. He'll be the only outgoing president ever to fly Air Force One on Inauguration Day because he's not attending Joe Biden's swearing in. And because he's still commander-in-chief when he takes off, the nuclear codes go with him. Those become inactive at 12:01. Dave?
Now, Lillian, also before leaving, the president gave clemency to 143 more people, issuing pardons and commutations.
Some notable names we had here. Steve Bannon, the president's longtime campaign strategist, along with two rappers, Lil Wayne and Bill Capri, more commonly known as Kodak Black, and one person tied to the Russia Mueller probe, Paul Erickson.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. In 4 hours with Washington under a security blanket, the inauguration of our 46th president. Fox's Jared Halpern live at the Capitol.
Joe Biden will be sworn in front of a much smaller than usual crowd here at the Capitol. Security concerns and the ongoing coronavirus pandemic drastically shrinking the footprint and closing the National Mall. The mall was lit up overnight, a remembrance of the 400,000 COVID deaths in the U.S. The president-elect's inaugural address is expected to touch on those challenges, the pandemic, economy, and political divisions. Once in office, the president will sign more than a dozen executive orders. Dave.
America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash in Fort Myers at Metro and Crystal, slowing traffic southbound on Metro Parkway to the intersection. To avoid this, if you're heading that way as of right now, fastest option, Plantation. Also, the crash just in front of Riverdale High School at Buckingham Road and Springline Lane, still delaying traffic between Palm Beach Boulevard and Riverdale High School. Lehigh Acres slowdowns on Gunnery Road, south of Buckingham to Lee Boulevard. Of course, if you're heading to Lehigh Senior High, plan ahead and give yourself lots of extra time. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Chilly start, nice and comfortable for your Wednesday afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-70s and dry with sunshine and high clouds mixing in. Back down into the 40s and 50s for your Thursday morning. High clouds will be streaming in with some sunshine for your Thursday afternoon with highs in the 70s. Warming trend for the weekend, upper 70s, lower 80s, Saturday towards Sunday, and really feeling that warmth into the early part of next week as winds crank up on Monday. A few tiny stray showers Sunday through Tuesday, but nothing too significant, as we will be tracking a cold front by late next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
This is State Representative Spencer Roach. Did you know that you can understand the entire plan of the Constitution by reading just one sentence, the 10th Amendment, which Thomas Jefferson called the foundation of the U.S. Constitution? The 10th Amendment, in that one sentence, perfectly encapsulates the idea of a government of limited powers and states' rights. It says that all powers not delegated to the federal government are reserved to the states. There are two words that appear 5 times in the first 10 amendments, which we know today is the Bill of Rights. Those two words are the people. But it's the closing line of that last sentence of the last amendment, the 10th, that affirms that the ultimate authority in this country rests with we the people. And the best way to push back against federal overreach is with a strong state legislature. As Washington continues to fail us, we need to look back to our founding principles of strong governments from strong state legislatures. This is Spencer Roach, 10th Amendment Conservative. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Stay engaged. Sponsored by Friends of Spencer Roach. P.O. Box 3179, North Fort Myers, Florida, 33918.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Great to see you. 239-479-5592. There's the talk and text line. We stream live anytime you want to watch. DrewSteele.com, the website. You certainly can go there. And Facebook.com/Drew Steele Radio. Both locations. You can comment and more. And we would love to hear from you this morning, Inauguration Day 2021.
We did what we came here to do, and so much more. This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous.
We certainly do pray for this country. We pray for the incoming administration for success. But what does that look like on a day even like today and where we are and moving forward. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Always a pleasure to have him on the program. You heard a little bit of the president's farewell address. What were your thoughts about that, and maybe even what he was saying about, continuing the prosperity, certainly pre-COVID, that we were able to have, and we would like to see that moving forward?
Good morning, sir. Well, look, today is a day that we should all celebrate, right? We should celebrate a transition, a peaceful transition of power. It's something that we take for granted, but we never should take for granted. Now, having said that, obviously, I had hoped that President Trump would receive another 4 years in the White House. I had hoped of that because I knew what the results of those another 4 years would have been. This is a president who, while controversial, and what I think one could fairly state that how he spoke, how he said things was obviously different, and maybe sometimes not the best way he could have done it. But if you look at his record, it's really an astonishing record of again, prosperity, of security, of doing things that all of the experts said were impossible to do, whether it's achieve peace with so many different actors in the Middle East, whether it's in this hemisphere standing up for freedom and democracy and standing against tyranny, whether it's, again, the strongest economy in 50 years in the United States, whether it's something that all the press and all the experts said was impossible, which was this creating not one but 3 vaccines in less than a year to a virus that didn't exist and nobody knew how to deal with. So, again, his record is, frankly, astonishingly positive. So, again, I was hoping that, and I worked hard on the election, that he would get another 4 years. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And now we have to hope and pray that the new administration will be, positive for the country, will support our allies, not our enemies, will help businesses grow, not impede their growth, will, take steps for peace. And we have to, hope for the best. And I'm willing to work with this new administration in any way I can to achieve those goals. And if I have to, like I've done so many times before with different administrations, if I have to confront the administration because I believe they're doing things that are detrimental to the national security interest of the United States, to the people that I represent, I will do so in a respectful but meaningful way. And so that's what democracy is all about. And again, we need to celebrate today for what it stands for.
Yeah, certainly the peaceful transition is something to celebrate because it's fundamental to what keeps us going. But the other thing I want to touch on, maybe before we get into maybe a little more detail, because we know that in the first 100 days, that's what we talk about. It's constantly there's the first 100 days and what we're going to see. And we see a lot of executive orders that are going to go by the wayside. And this back and forth with executive orders does get frustrating for people because we would like to believe that wouldn't have to happen if Congress would step up and get some things done specifically so that there wouldn't be executive orders going back and forth. We can put a lot of things to rest if we can all come together and get some legislation forward, moving forward and on a president's desk. But before I even get to some of those details, I want to play something that the president said, and then I want to ask you this question, and I want you, and I always trust that you are someone who gives me an honest answer and is always up for debate, so that's what I love about you. So listen to what the president said yesterday, just a little small snippet, when he said,
"Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny."
He couldn't be more right about that we have to get rid of the rancor and our shared and unify behind shared values. And I'm going to ask you this point blank. What are our shared values with the Democrats right now? Because we don't even share the same values of the Constitution and the rule of law. So where are they? What are they?
Well, that's going to be interesting to see. Let's be very honest, and we know where we are, right? Which is, for the first time in a while, Democrats now have full control of the federal government, of both branches of Congress and of the White House. Now, by the way, the Supreme Court, I didn't mention when I was talking about some of the amazing things that President Trump got done, Among those was, again, 3 amazing, wonderful, spectacular, brilliant appointments to the Supreme Court of the United States. And that's a factor, and that's an important factor. And it's going to be a more important factor than we ever expected going forward, because precisely now that the left controls House, Senate, and the White House. Now, to your question, that remains to be seen. Is Congress and is the Senate, and because I think I know the answer to the House. The House, I think you're going to see, like it's done in the past, go pretty far left. Will the Senate do the same thing? And will the administration do the same thing? I fear that in some areas, whether it's regulation, potentially taxation, foreign policy, they may be tempted to go pretty far left. Yeah. And they may, for example, are they going to raise taxes on the middle class, on small businesses? Are they going to increase regulations? Now, if
and by
Mr.
the way,
Biden,
before you move on with that, let me mention this little fact. Janet Yellen, even yesterday, was saying that, look, to pay for all the things that Joe Biden wants to do, and there are many things that are going to cost us money, that she did not hedge. Taxes are going to have to be raised in order to do it. And and there are politicians as well out there who are saying the same thing on the left, which is, look, in order to get all these things done, taxes are going to have to go up. And who do you think is going to get hit by that? I think we know.
Well, if they do that, and then I will tell you what that means. And it's not because I'm the smartest guy in the world. It's just that history shows it time and time again. Yeah. If they do that, they will put the brakes on a struggling economy. It's struggling because of the virus, but they will put the brakes on the economic recovery. That's what happened, by the way, during 8 years of President Obama. And so if they do that, we know what's going to happen if they do that. We know what's going to happen. This is not rocket science. Every time you have tax cuts, the economy does better. Every time you increase taxes, the economy does worse. And it's not this esoteric thing, the economy. No, that's businesses. That's businesses that are not created. That's people that don't get jobs. That's what we're dealing with. And opportunity that doesn't happen for families and people's future. And that's what is the inevitable consequence of raising taxes. Same thing about increasing regulation. And so if they go in that direction, which, I hope they don't, I fear they will, then we know what the consequences will be.
Yeah. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, talking about Inauguration Day 2021. The concern, the people that I speak with, one of two big concerns, and maybe you can speak to this directly. I am really concerned about the rhetoric that is out there that doesn't stop from the left about, if you had a problem with the president of the United States and sometimes the way he tweeted and sometimes the way he talked and sometimes his mannerisms or whatever the case may be, you can't, number one, throw out the policies because you don't like all of that. Because just to your point, the policies were successful and all the great things he did in his years in this administration. And that also means the supporters of the president. I fear that and you can tell me what you think, that there are individuals in Congress who may believe that the people who supported the president, their time is done, that you can just forget it. And it's a new day and it's back to the same old normal that we had before, quote unquote, dismissing those supporters of not just the president in particular, whether you liked him or not in the way and the things that people have a problem with, but the policies, the things that were a success. We can't throw all of that away. You can't tell me that there are people, and there are, and I'm concerned about people in Congress who just want to get rid of all of it. And by doing that, it's detrimental to the success of the country moving forward.
If I may add to what you're saying, I think you're kind of understating it a bit, because what I fear is beyond that. What I fear is the persecution of anyone who agreed with President Trump, and I say that understanding what that means. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to necessarily go after them legally, but I do believe that we are already seeing it, and we see it in the press, and we see it from Washington and elsewhere, and we see the censorship coming from big tech When I talk about censorship, I mean censorship in every way, the literal sense and also the not necessarily literal sense. But you're seeing big corporations, the big elite, and let's get very clear. The who supported Biden was the corporate elite, the media elite, the intellectual elite, and who supported President Trump were working class Americans. People who understood that all of a sudden they've had opportunities that their families hadn't had in many decades. And so, and my concern is beyond just abandoning the policies. My concern is that they're going to do more than that. And here's what I predict, because this is what I've been seeing for a long time now, that whatever the left wants to do now, as dramatic and as radical as they may get, they will have the cover, the support of what we call now the mainstream media. And that is very, very scary, because for a country to be free, you need aggressive free press. And right now what we have is not an aggressive free press. Right now what we have is a media that supports, backs up, covers up anything and everything that the left does. And that is a very, very, very scary place to be.
Yeah. And it's going to take individuals to push back, not only now, but even I'll tell you, here's where I see hope. I see hope in 2022. That's where I see hope, because whatever this new administration wants to do in the first 100 days, you as an individual and as a body are going to have to make sure that the American people understand that they're going to own this. They're going to own the things that are coming our way that are not going to be a positive. And to that, we're also going to have to identify what we can do to make it better. And that is to bring people to Congress that will ideologically fight for the Constitution, the rule of law, and what works, and to be able to show that. And so I kind of have a little bit of hope on the other side of this, that 2022 is an opportunity. What do you say about that?
It's an eternity. I keep reading about how it's the end of the Republican Party. I've read that before, by the way. I've read that multiple times before. So look, I think, a couple things. I do believe that all of us as Americans have to quit vilifying people that we disagree with, Americans that we disagree with, and we have to get back to the concept of debating ideas and winning not by insulting the other side, winning not by vilifying the other side, but winning by, again, exposing through ideas, through intellect, what you want to do versus what the other side wants to do. Point number one. Yeah. Point number two, we're going to have to fight a lot if, in fact, the administration goes in the direction that some of us fear they may go, and Congress does the same thing. Yeah, we're going to have to stand up. But we also have to remember, the story of Don Quixote. Which is, you don't fight against windmills, right? You have to pick your battles. You have to understand how to fight. You can't fight for the sake of fighting and then lose every single time. You have to try to fight in a way that is reasoned with, again, arguments that are reasonable to, again, win, to use an old phrase, win hearts and minds. Yeah. And so is it doable? Absolutely. So I agree with you, but the only thing is I've seen so many times recently in the last number of years attempts to do things and make a big public hoopla when we know that it's frankly, a lost cause, a lost battle. And it's okay to fight lost causes and lost battles, but we also have to be honest with people about, hey, if this is not going to succeed, we're doing this because we're going to, we're going to go later into litigation, because that's fine. But honesty and transparency with the American people is key. And so, look, if anybody who's read a little bit has read Don Quixote, it may be, I know it's a long, tough read, but it's probably worth reading again. So again, we're going to have to stand up. We're going to have to fight, but I think we have to do it based on ideas, not on vilifying people. We have to do it based on principle, and we have to be transparent with the American people so that people understand what to expect, not believe that we're going to be able to win every battle when, we don't control House, Senate, or White House.
Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart, listen, I want to have you back soon because we need to, and I need to have this conversation with you, with everybody who is listening and watching about the battles that are going to take place. Because we already see with some of the executive orders where those battles are going to lie. And you're going to be there and see it all happening. And so I want to know from your perspective how we are going to be fighting against these specific issues. And half the American people certainly has seen the success of the soon-to-be prior administration, and wants to fight for those principles and ideology once again. And so we're going to have to really talk about this and figure out what we can do to win these battles as opposed to fighting losing battles. So I always appreciate having you on for a few minutes, and let's do this again soon, please.
I appreciate that, Drew. And yes, look, I'll be fighting. Nobody's ever accused me of not being aggressive. But again, like any battle, we have to do it smartly, and we have to do it in a way that leads us to ultimately, winning the majority in the House in 2 years, and hopefully the Senate, and then again, hopefully, 4 years from now, we can have a president that will, again, not represent the elite, but will represent the American people.
Yeah. All right. Have a great day. Thanks so much for a few minutes of your time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
All right. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Traffic? You got it. Sabrina Katz.
There's a crash at Alico and Ben Hill, slowing traffic northbound on Ben Hill heading to Alico. So you can avoid this if you just stick to the interstate. Also, Daniels Extension is slammed right now. Unfortunately, if you're heading out of Lehigh, it's just not the place to be heading to Gateway Boulevard. There's a crash in Lehigh as well at Avon and 23rd. This is between Sunshine and Gunnery, and it is slowing traffic. So the best thing to do is stick to Lee Boulevard or 82. The crash at 25th and Sunshine causing slowdown southbound on Sunshine to Lee Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After the chilly start with 40s and 50s, a high temperature of 76 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon as we are dry with sunshine and a mixture of high clouds. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Chevy showroom, this is Marty.
You know what's outside at Victory Lane, Chevy, Marty?
Yeah, what's outside?
Tons of new Chevys. They're dropping them off now as we speak. Oh, they're so beautiful.
Ask him when he's dropping off at my dealership, okay?
Oh, what'd you do, Marty? Stiff a bunch of your customers over the holidays?
No.
Your lot's empty over there?
You're nuts.
Well, I may be nuts, but you know what, Marty? I got all the Chevys to sell. And you got Jack Zippity Squat.
No, I don't.
Bye-bye, Marty. During the perfect timing event at Victory Lane Chevrolet, get top dollar for trades. Plus, take an extra $9,000 off new 2021 Silverados or $6,000 off new Chevy Equinox. Look, if you didn't get something shiny with big wheels during the holidays, get thousands off MSRP right now at Victory Lane Chevrolet on the corner of Fowler and Winkler. Online, victorylanechevrolet.com. Find new roads.
Taxes and fees extra. All rebates to dealer offers with approved credit and do not combine. Expires 1/31/2021.
Welcome to Smart Floors. For a limited time, Smart Floors is offering contractor pricing on all CoreTech vinyl luxury flooring. CoreTech, normally priced at $3.99 a square foot, is yours for only $2.99. And CoreTech, that's $5.99, is now only $4.49. No gimmicks, no hassles, just smart service at a smart price. In Naples, next to Home Goods in the Park Shore Plaza.
When shopping for new floor, we stand for so much more. Smart service, smart prices, Smart Floors.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, when we come back, we've got the top 5 audio clips of the day, the 5 at 8:35. I see a whole lot of people that are calling and texting 239-479-5592. We're going to get to your calls because we do the thing, afterwards, whatever's on your mind, we do the thing. And thank you for watching, drewsteele.com. You can go to the website and watch. You can go to YouTube or Facebook. At Drew Steele Radio. Steele has 3 E's. Don't forget about that, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or go to drewsteele.com, and we appreciate you watching. All right. Top 5 audio clips of the day. Oh, boy. Wait till you hear these.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Thinking about life insurance? What if you could make one free phone call and learn your best price from nearly a dozen highly rated, price-competitive companies? Well, that's exactly what happens when you call SelectQuote Life. For example, George is 40. He was getting sky-high quotes from other companies because he takes meds to control his blood pressure. But when I shopped around, I found him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. I'm SelectQuote agent Dan Savino. And believe me, if SelectQuote isn't shopping for your life insurance, you're probably paying too much.
For your free quote, call 800-573-9552. That's 800-573-9552. 800-573-9552. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policy at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Or price could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Hi, this is John Lawrence with CGU Homes, residential contractor in Southwest Florida. As a Naples native, my childhood is full of memories, from fishing the backwaters of the Everglades to helping my dad with home improvement projects. Today, I have the pleasure of watching my kids grow up, enjoying the same way of life. At CGU Homes, we understand building a home is more than drawings and budgets. It's about building lifelong memories for you and your family. I've been in the residential construction industry for over 20 years and have had the luxury of handpicking my team. When it comes to my team, I look for passion, innovation, and trustworthiness. You can trust CGU Homes to build with honesty and transparency through every step of the building process. So, when you're ready to start a new chapter for your family, whether it's remodeling your existing home or building a brand new one, I invite you to see some of our past projects and learn more about us at cguhomes.com. That's CGUHOMES.com. And God bless the USA.
Not 10, not 5, or even 2.9%. Southwest Florida. In 2021, Sutherland is doing something never done before. 0% APR financing on used cars. During the exclusive 0% event at Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral. Get unprecedented 0% APR financing on used cars. Save thousands in finance charges and pay the bank no interest for your car. Shop Southwest Florida's largest used car dealer with the biggest selection of certified pre-owned Nissans, Hondas, Toyotas, and Fords. Now, get 0% APR financing. Even get 0% APR financing for up to 84 months on new Nissans, like the Titan truck. Yes, 0% on new, too. Don't miss the 0% event with never offered 0% APR financing at your used car megastore. Sutherland Nissan Fort Myers and the all-new Sutherland Nissan Cape Coral right now. Shop online at nissansales.com or capecoralnissan.com. If it doesn't say Sutherland, you paid too much. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
Are you ready to embark on your healthcare journey? At Millennium Physician Group, we want you, our patient, to be in good health always. That's why we created our Destination Health New Patient Program. It's all about partnering with your primary care provider to achieve the best healthcare outcome for you. Now, are you ready for the journey of your life? Connect with Millennium Physician Group and be on your way to Destination Health. Call 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash at Alico and Ben Hill, slowing traffic northbound on Ben Hill heading to Alico. So you can avoid this if you just stick to the interstate. Also, Daniels Extension is slammed right now. Unfortunately, if you're heading out of Lehigh, it's just not the place to be heading to Gateway Boulevard. There's a crash in Lehigh as well at Avon and 23rd. This is between Sunshine and Gunnery, and it is slowing traffic. So the best thing to do is stick to Lee Boulevard or 82. The crash at 25th and Sunshine causing slowdown southbound on Sunshine to Lee Boulevard. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Chilly start, nice and comfortable for your Wednesday afternoon. High temperatures in the mid-70s and dry with sunshine and high clouds mixing in. Back down into the 40s and 50s for your Thursday morning. High clouds will be streaming in with some sunshine for your Thursday afternoon with highs in the 70s. Warming trend for the weekend, upper 70s, lower 80s, Saturday towards Sunday, and really feeling that warmth into the early part of next week as winds crank up on Monday. A few tiny stray showers Sunday through Tuesday, but nothing too significant, as we will be tracking a cold front by late next week. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
It's not the Republican Party versus the Democrat Party.
Talking about what matters.
It's the Republican Party versus an organized crime syndicate.
92.5 Fox News.
Steven Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, Steve for the sports.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes sports page. Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Steven Tomatoes, sports page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
There's always a better way, and we will always chase after it. We're building a cleaner energy future with millions of solar panels, and we're using the latest technology, investing in energy that's not just the most reliable or the cleanest, but also the most affordable. As we see it, the horizon is always moving, and to chase it is to deliver America's best energy value for you and for Florida. See how at fpl.com/value.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Attention, Southwest Florida. Are you ready for this? Only Naples Nissan has been authorized to continue offering the full original MSRP for your trade-in. The factory warned us to end the offer, but after record-breaking sales in 2020, we've been approved to continue running it. If your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, regardless of where you purchased it from, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Hundreds of new Nissan models to choose from, all backed by our exclusive unlimited mile lifetime warranty. Pick out your favorite and get full details at naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
True relief for back and neck pain. Are you driving down the road right now with back or neck pain or pain into your arms or legs? Maybe your struggle is getting out of your bed or chair. Maybe you get weakness when you put weight on your leg or swing your golf club. It's time you address this problem once and for all. At Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, these are the conditions that we treat every day, except we treat the root of the problem. No injections or pain meds. Non-surgical spinal decompression, recognized around the country for incredible statistical results for long-term pain relief. Break the cycle of pain from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, arthritis, or car accidents. Non-surgical spinal decompression can get your life back. Spinal decompression is safe and comfortable for any age and doesn't involve any hanging upside down. Don't hurt anymore when the answer is only a phone call away. Call our Medicare-friendly office, Johnston Spinal Care, for a free telephone consultation. 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
239-479-5592 if you want to call or text. We got the thing coming up in just a minute. But first, and you can watch drewsteele.com, the website. It's there, so you can have it on your phone, on your iPad, on your Android device, whatever it is. You can watch it anywhere you watch your websites. Does that make sense? drewsteele.com. Also, YouTube and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio in both locations. Thanks for watching. Time for the top 5 audio clips of the day. It's a 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5. Still some tinkering going on with the inaugural address, but his aides have made really clear it's not like he's trying to ignore or paper over either what happened at the Capitol 2 weeks ago or what we've been through throughout 4 years of the Trump presidency. And the contrast on display tonight was so stark. I mean, those lights that are just shooting out from the Lincoln Memorial along the reflecting pool, it's like almost extensions of Joe Biden's arms embracing America.
There you go. The love affair has begun. CNN's David Chalain there commenting on how you look at the reflecting pool and the flags and the lights and everything. It's like Joe Biden's arms are embracing America. I bet you they're long enough to embrace China. What do you think?
Number 4.
Looking like, a president or a foreign head of state leaving Washington. And, in a way, because the president is defying these traditions of not being a part of the inauguration of President Joe Biden, he's almost leaving town like an autocrat, ousted from power, heading off into exile.
Yeah, just in case you were wondering if there's going to be any unity or the stopping of discussion about Donald Trump as president of the United States, soon to be former president. No, you're not getting that from Jimmy Acosta there at CNN, who was saying it's like the president's leaving it like a leader, like an autocrat leaving an exile. Shush.
Number 3.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people. And they tried to use fear and violence to stop a specific proceeding of the first branch of the federal government, which they did not like.
Mitch McConnell yesterday on the Senate floor, going after the president and by default supporters on the situation there on the Capitol on January 6th, and saying how it was the president who provoked it, of course, without any evidence. A2 Mitch A.
Number 2.
That's right, Wolf. Joe Biden is about to assume the presidency at a moment of great division, pain, and tension in this country. The massive military presence here in Washington is a stark reminder that it was only 2 weeks ago when the U.S. Capitol was under siege and that pro-Trump terrorists have threatened new attacks.
In case you're wondering if there's going to be any unity from Jake Tapper, nope, it's now pro-Trump terrorists. Pro-Trump terrorists. Got to find unity someplace. Does anybody have any unity? Anything?
Number 1.
We did what we came here to do, and so much more. This week, we inaugurate a new administration and pray for its success in keeping America safe and prosperous. Now more than ever, we must unify around our shared values and rise above the partisan rancor and forge our common destiny.
There you go. All right. Some words yesterday from the president's farewell address and the prayers for the new administration and calls for unity.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
By the way, do we have the president speaking right now at Joint Andrews? Okay, so let's. Why don't you pop that up and let's hear a little bit of the president right now.
Time record by a lot, by many millions. In the history of sitting presidents, it's been really just an honor. One of the things we're very, very proud of is the selection of almost 300 federal judges and 3 great Supreme Court justices. That's a very big number. That's a record-setting number. And so we've done a lot, and there's still things to do. The first thing we have to do is pay our respects and our love to the incredible people and families who suffered so gravely from the China virus. It's a horrible thing that was put onto the world. We all know where it came from, but it's a horrible, horrible thing. So be very careful. Be very, very careful. But we want to pay great love to all of the people that have suffered, including families who have suffered so gravely. So with that, I just want to say you are amazing people. This is a great, great country. It is my greatest honor and privilege to have been your president. I will always fight for you. I will be watching, I will be listening, and I will tell you that the future of this country has never been better. I wish the new administration great luck and great success. I think they'll have great success. They have the foundation to do something really spectacular. And again, we put it in a position like it's never been before, despite the worst plague to hit since, I guess you'd say 1917, over 100 years ago. And despite that, the things that we've done have been just incredible, and I couldn't have done it without you. So just a goodbye. We love you. We will be back in some form. And again, I want to just, in leaving, I want to thank our Vice President, Mike Pence, and Karen. I want to thank Congress, because we really worked well with Congress, at least certain elements of Congress. But we really did. We've gotten so much done that nobody thought would be possible. But I do want to thank Congress. And I want to thank all of the great people of Washington, D.C., all of the people that we worked with to put this miracle together. So have a good life. We will see you soon. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so there it is. Some words from the outgoing president of the United States, Donald Trump. He's going to be back in some form. How about that? That was live at Joint Andrews, and as the president's going to make his way to Mar-a-Lago. You know, it'll be, well, obviously we want to take your calls, 239-479-5592. So I have a couple of quick questions to ask as you get ready to call. Will you be watching the inauguration of Joe Biden? Will you be watching today? That will be coming up. Yes or no, and why? 239-479-5592. A lot of questions about unity and how we are going to be unified as a country. It's going to be very difficult to see how in the world we're going to. I mean, you heard some of the 5 at 8:35 audio. You heard Jake Tapper. You heard Jim Acosta. Jake Tapper, pro-Trump terrorist. You heard Jim Acosta, an exiled president, like an autocrat. He won't be around any longer, so what will they talk about? I'm sure they'll continue to bring up his name. Go ahead and get those calls, Jake. And will you be watching the inauguration of Joe Biden? And the other thing is, when the president is asking for us to unify, as President-elect Joe Biden, soon to be President Joe Biden, is asking for unity, what does that look like? Can someone, a Democrat listening to the sound of my voice out there right now, can you define what you have, what you believe, your ideology in any way, shape, or form, that you believe that we can find unity together? Because I don't know if I can speak for everybody, but I'll speak for myself. Someone who believes in the moorings of the Constitution and the rule of law, and I don't believe you do. And if you don't, and I can give you examples of our freedom of speech being taken away with censorship. You see it all the time, whether you want to believe it's there or not. We're seeing the right to assemble that is being taken away. Don't you think for one second that there will be places in D.C. that in the future, when the right wants to have a gathering in Washington, D.C. or a protest, that will be told, no. We saw what happened on that January 6th date. Oh, no, you pro-Trump terrorists. No. Or all of you Republicans out there. No. We cannot have you assemble in more than, and then the right to assemble being denied. I can see that taking place. Freedom of religion. Do we need to say more about how you feel on the left about that? Second Amendment. Do we want to talk about that? Sure, there's plenty of things. So where is the unifying location? Where is that place? Instead of acquiescing to you on the left, which is what you want, because that's what unity looks like to you, is you come to our side. I'm just wondering, why can't we unify around the Constitution and the rule of law, and why you fight that? So I'll open up the phones right now. 239-479-5592. It's time to do the thing.
You know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing.
All right, let's go to Greg in Venice. Greg, are you going to be watching the inauguration of Joe Biden today?
You mean the one that was basically illegally voted in by hostile takeover? That's a negative. You talk about unity. That's what a joke of a word. What words these politicians use. We just had a president who took action. We're not going to see that for a long time. Who actually helped this country and thought of the common man and devoted all of his term and all of his time into bettering our country. We won't see that again for a long time because it's back to the dirty politics, the lies, the deals, the backroom handshakes, all the nonsense. But unity, that's a good word you hit on. And he said that. He had to say that because that was their plan. Come on, it was a plan, damn it. This whole thing is a sham. And the unity was, we got to get us back together all as one because everything was so horrible before that. But unity to them does mean you do as I say and what I want to do, and then we'll be unified. Otherwise, we're going to have some problems. We're talking about an elitist type of a thought process that is unmatched. Only in socialist and communist countries, and that's a fact. See, they don't want to deal in facts. They don't want to deal in law. They don't want to deal in any stuff because they'll lose, hands down.
Yeah.
They want.
Listen, I'm sorry. Greg, thanks for the call, Greg. I appreciate it. Blake's in Fort Myers. Blake, will you be watching today?
No, sir, I won't be. Mostly everybody I know ain't going to be watching it today. I didn't vote for that guy, and he's not my president. And if so many people voted for that guy, and so many people love that guy, why is there got to be so much security if you have so much love for that guy?
All right. Well, Blake, thanks for the call. Greg's in Naples. Greg, will you be watching the inauguration of Joe Biden today?
No, I will not. As the previous caller said, he's not my president. I didn't vote for him. I am a Democrat, voted for Trump in the last election and this election. I will not vote for a crook in any case, whether it's a Hillary or whether it's a Joe. The fact of the matter is, though, I'm also disappointed with the Republican Party because they don't seem to have what it takes to fight back and to stand up for us, the citizens of this country. I will be looking at changing my political affiliation, but I'd like to see a new party. I would like to see the We the People Party. All right, I would, which also stands for we're the Trump Party. We are the Tea Party. We are the Truth Party. This is what needs to happen because, unfortunately, I don't see either of the existing parties doing for us what needs to be done. And there needs, and with such a movement, this, a third party could be created. With this type of movement, we could move forward and we can get rid of the people who are not in office to watch out for our needs and our concerns and making this nation the greatest one on earth. I've served this country in the military. I served this country in law enforcement. I continue to serve this country as a public servant. I'm considered essential personnel, and there's a lot of us that want to see this change take place.
Yeah.
It is time that we, all due respect to you, Drew, and the fact you're a Republican, but
how do you know I'm a Republican?
Well, I know that you advocate for
I advocate for individuals. I advocate for individuals who believe in the Constitution and the rule of law. I don't advocate for any party.
Okay, well, and I'm like you, and I don't think the Republicans are doing it for us any more than the Democrats. I think they roll over. I think they play along. I find it disheartening to, I do believe it needs to be a multiple party system because you need balance, but there is no balance in that which exists right now.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Greg. I appreciate it. Roy is in Fort Myers. Roy, are you going to watch the inauguration today, Roy?
Absolutely not.
Okay, thanks, Roy. Appreciate it. Here's Anderson in Fort Myers. Anderson, are you going to watch the inauguration of Joe Biden today?
Not at all. Not at all. It's not my president. This guy is not elected as president. And this is the biggest heist of the history of this country. It's unbelievable. I wasn't even born here. I was born in Brazil, but I moved to this country in 1984. And as an American, I believe in a united country, but I believe in a conservative way. I am a conservative before anything. And the way the Democrats are playing nowadays, they cease to be a party. They became something else other than a political party. This is no good. This is no good, especially for our history.
Yeah, well,
Anderson, I'm not watching it all.
I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. 239-479-5592. Looking at the time, Jake, I see a lot of people calling. We have time for one more call. Okay. Mary's in Cape Coral. Mary, are you going to be watching the inauguration of Joe Biden today?
No, I'm not going to be watching the inauguration. I think we all feel a little sense of betrayal, and I think looking at it and watching it while it's happening only makes it worse, at least for me. But you talked earlier about what they need to do for unity and following him, and I'm all for the way that things are supposed to run when you bring in a new president. But I think what Joe Biden really, really has to do is he's got to earn our trust. He has to earn us to that side and stick with the policies that were there and everything that's working. Yeah. And that's the only way that he's going to unite us is by earning our trust back.
Unfortunately, thanks for the call, Mary. We know that's not going to happen. We already see executive orders that are going to be coming through that will not be sticking to anything. Listen, it's very simple when it comes to unifying the country. You're going to hear a lot of that today. Well, of course, if you're not watching, you're not going to hear any of it. But you may hear it from other people. Unifying does not mean coming to your side. Unifying this country means to all unify against what we know is the mooring of the country and what is concrete, and that is the Constitution of the United States and the rule of law. And if you can't find a place there, then I'm concerned about what the future means and and how you're going to find unity if we can't even find it there. Oh boy, we're going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow. We're going to dig into all kinds of topics, so get ready. And for the rest of the day, Glenn Beck is next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with up to the minute traffic in a second. But first, Matt Devitt's got your forecast.
After the chilly start with 40s and 50s, a high temperature of 76 degrees for your Wednesday afternoon as we are dry with sunshine and a mixture of high clouds.